Seek fluid intake.
Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. Hope you're doing well, Charlie Kelly, Ayla, Avo. I've got fluids. It's a can of non-alcoholic cider because it's really hot in the UK again. So this one's alcohol. Alcohol? It's apple and peach flavor. It's alcohol and peach flavor. Great. No, definitely non-alcoholic. But yeah, we're back with some more oxygen not included. Hope you've had a pleasant weekend. I hope I have clean tasting ice cubes. Nah, that can's straight out of the fridge, so that'll be gone before it gets hot. But it's all good. Let us continue with the run. And I'm finally going to stop procrastinating when it comes to these Gildgos. I'm going to look at them right now. It's a peach schnapps without the alcohol. Yeah, I love peach schnapps. It's like one of my favorite ones to have. Anyways, enough about that. So, Gildgos. The guilds are going to go, and I'm going to stop getting distracted by this. I'm not 100% happy with what we've done with this cool steam vent, but it's good enough. It's good enough for what we're actually doing, so I'm not going to panic about it anymore. The Gildgos are going to go down here. They're going to Gildgo down here, next to this polluted brine vent. The brine vent is now actually dormant, so this steam isn't going to get any hotter while we're in here. Well, hopefully not. It's okay, I've accepted Gildgos will happen next year. No, they won't happen next year. We're going to put them over here, but I do at least need to actually have a think about what the layout is going to look like. Let's queue up some more research for the dupes to do. I think we will go ahead and get the critter fountain unlocked. That seems pretty important. And then while they're going and doing that, let me actually load up the video, because I need that as a bit of a reference for what we're going to do. I think we are just going to do the build from the video, and we'll see what happens. So, Gildgos. Oxygen not included. Let's see if that comes up. It does. It's the second result. Good. You've been avoiding the heat by not leaving the house. Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Are you guys getting laggers at my OBS? Oh, you know what. Don't even bother with it. Get out of here. Get out of here. That should work just fine. But yeah, while we're looking for the video, I did actually... Oh, wow, look at that. That's a creepy effect, isn't it? It's because the gas pressure is so insanely high in here. It makes it look like the liquids are just creeping over. Right. I think that will actually do as a reference. So all I want is to have the dropper ranch. I want the area to fill up with gas. And I want the slicksers to drop down. And it doesn't need to be more complicated than that. So let's get started on this. I don't believe there's enough errands for everyone either, so we really need to get cracking on this. I will print a mammoth egg. Maybe we'll do something with mammoths. I don't know. Seems reasonable. Oh, look, it's a little plug sluglet. That's my favourite name for a posh British person is Plug Sluglet. Right. So, I think the very first thing we need to do is just expand this room. So, what I'm going to do... I'm going to build a load of tiles. Let's build a load of basalt tiles. We'll build them over here. I know I'm going to want insulated tiles down here. And, oh, we want to dig out the walls as well, don't we? Yeah, let's dig out the back walls. Let's get that started. And what we'll do is we'll just fill up this whole area so I don't have to worry about it. The area with the actual steam in, I think we're going to let the steam up here, which means I'm probably going to have to actually... I don't want to deal with the glow squids. So I'm probably going to have to make a little bit of a route around this. Which I think we can do. Now, we have a load of polluted brine here I wanted to dump somewhere. I think what we're actually going to do is we're just going to dig over here for our access, and then I'm going to seal this off. I think that's pretty reasonable. We don't want any Gildgos in our steam turbine room. But yeah, let me just check everything's working properly. The only issue is now if I have a YouTube video up, I can't see YouTube chat in a separate window. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So if someone's on YouTube watching, feel free to comment and check that my chat is working. Right, what else do we want to do? Blueprints, we got loot, that's fine. Let's have a look at the loot. I opened some off stream, it wasn't anything special, don't worry. Right, wallpaper, nobody cares. Yeah, this should give you plenty of errands to do. Do we have any skill points to hand out? I don't believe we have any for anyone who needs them. So that's fine. We are going to keep printing Bionic dupes. I don't think there's any real reason not to. We just need to actually keep making work for them. Yeah, we are just going to dump all of this liquid in here. Here is our test Gildgo as well. This one is 13 cycles old. It looks like it is going to lay an egg, but we should probably be at least a little bit expedient with this. And then let's just seal this room up here. I probably will put a tile here as well. There's no back wall here, so that's fine. I am just going to completely destroy the spigot seal biome. We do not need seals in this run. We've already thoroughly established that. I don't think anything is going to go wrong as a result of us clearing the liquid out of this area. Plastic production's going fine. I think we can speed to this. I want to make sure it all gets done to... What? Why aren't you degunking? You are not trapped, are you? You just didn't bother to empty this. You guys do have to empty this. This is... Oh, that one's full. The whole gunk pipe is full. Both tanks are full. Yeah, okay. Alright, that one's on me. So, another tank goes here. I am going to have to figure out how to dispose of all of this gunk at some point. That's not negotiable. So, what's that going to look like? That's going to go down there. That's probably a compelling reason not to print more Bionic dupes. In all honesty. Right, let's think about this. So that's the loop on the way back. This is going in here. This is then going to go in here. That's going to bridge like that. And then we're going to put a bridge like this. No. Stop lagging. And then that'll go like that. That's fine. I optimized my telemelter. The bug with conveyor sweepers had been crippling. So I used dispensers instead. Oh dear. Fair enough. I usually just wind up infinitely storing and crushing the gunk. I think we will do a gunk boiler at some point. The issue is, there's no geyser on this planet that will just let us boil the gunk. I don't really fancy doing liquid, getting the thermium and the niobium to do anything with that with. Hydrogen vent is not overly likely to help us. A minor volcano will possibly be helpful. There are metal volcanoes over here as well. So our gunk boiling probably would involve a volcano, and I would much prefer for it to involve a metal volcano than a regular magma volcano, I think. The amount of gunk we'll be sending that way is pretty low, so I don't think that should be a problem. People always talk about gunk boilers, but I'm not convinced it's worth the effort. I'm not either, but we've never done one on the channel, so I should try one just to see what it looks like, just so that we know. Oh god, okay. I'm going to let you guys gunk your suits for now, and then we're going to figure it out. We've got the reed fiber production now to replace these. We've got 52 reed fiber now. We're just pumping it straight from the polluted brine, the polluted water vent. Now the issue is, you are going to have to do these tiles first. How is the power situation as well, by the way? Let's just have a look at the colony report. So it looks like a lot of steam turbine production is being wasted, which is fair enough. Now, I've got to make sure all of these steam turbines are the Regal Neutronium ones, just so that we don't actually get confused on the colony report. That's very important. Is that... I don't think it's actually going to be a problem. I think it's going to flood both sides or go the other way. I would have preferred if you didn't do that. I don't think I told you to dig that one. But maybe I did. There you go. That should make the colony report make a bit more sense now. I should... Well, if we're getting rid of all the liquid anyways, what's the point in keeping all this here? Just seal that off too. These... how cold are we trying to get these again? 60? I probably should just insulate them off completely, right? It's possibly a good idea. Okie dokie. How are these not flooded? I think it was because of the liquid on the bottom and the liquid on the top not being sufficient mass, and then there was a liquid in the middle. This one's flooded now. It has to get over like 300 kilograms of tile or something on the polluted brine. It's alright. This is not really going to cause any major issues. There's a bottom layer of gunk on the floor, which is thin enough that that's not going to cause any issues. So, that should be fine. I guess I'll speed it up some more. Now, you can actually get out, can't you? Yes, good. Okay. Yeah, how's everyone doing? You guys... I don't know. I don't think this even really counts as a heat wave in England anymore. It's... what? It's 29 degrees. It's August. I'm fully prepared for it to be hot in August. I don't think that's exactly controversial at this point. Right, and then you could dig this, and then we can put some more tiles here. Do I want that to be insulated? Or do I want that to be igneous rock? Does that actually matter? This could potentially be rubber. We have lots of rubber. I don't know, let's just make it out of basalt. I'm not overly fussed about that. So I can go there. Yeah, we've got the polluted water in here now to help out. That's good, that's good. Right, and then you can build that pipe, and then this can actually fill up, and then we can stop gunking all the dupes. And you'll need to keep delivering your gunk bottles. So, let's hope that that goes well. I guess you're going to have to empty first. Is that how we want this to work? It's probably not how we want this to work. I don't know. I mean, when it stops dumping in from the metal refinery, we do get a good period where the gunk can drain in, so this should be fine. We just need to keep building more tanks periodically. Now, once this tank fills up, we're going to be in a bit of a pickle. There's room for another tank here, but that's not really ideally positioned either. Now, this pipe could come under here. I'm going to make this out of basalt again. And then that can come up that way. And then we can stick something here. Yeah, let's see how that goes. I'm gonna have to... They're not actually flooded, these two. That's hilarious. I think if we do a single mop on these, we should actually be okay. No? Really? I kind of thought that would work. I may have to be a bit more thorough than this. Well, now you're sweeping stuff. Okay, there you go. That's actually fine. Okay, okay, you can stop worrying about that. I'm not going to pretend this is how this should look, but to be honest, I don't have a problem with it. So the Gildgos are going to go... They're going to Gildgo to the poles over here, and then... Pretty sure we're just going to dig into this biome and not worry about the seals. The seals will cook themselves. Yeah, we're just going to go in here and dig everything out. I don't think we... Let's dig all of this so we have plenty of building material as well. The mercury is going to melt, and that's going to end up in here, and that's going to be a slight annoyance. Do I want to dig up the mercury? Probably not. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not going to pretend we're not making a mess on this run. I'm going to need to do some wire balancing as well. This is hitting the transformer threshold quite a bit. So, what else is there on this line that's causing the issue? It's not that one. It's this one. Paint overlays. So, we got the metal refinery. We got the thermo aqua tuner. Oh my god. We have too much stuff on this line. We have the arcade cabinet. We have 2 metal refineries and 2 thermo aqua tuners on this line. This needs to be 2 lines. So this grey one here should not be connected to this grey one here, is what I'm thinking. So, which one of these is available for use? Now this one, I don't think is going to be brown. Let's make that teal. That one we can repaint again. This one I'm going to repaint again. This one I'm going to repaint again. Is that the complete scenario? I think that could be. So how's the green one looking? I think the green one can have some extra things on it. So how about we actually... Pink one is for producers. So we don't want to do anything with that. At least the worst can happen is brown out, so you can't pop wires anymore with the new wires. Yes, that is true, but I don't want the errands to be called for metal refining and then breaking all the time. This brown one has a load of metal power bank charges on it. I think it would at the very least be sensible to actually just stick the arcade cabinet on that. That would help. So what? Let's do that, and then cut this, and then cut that, and then put this here. No. Do that. Let's see how that looks. That should at least help, but I don't think that's entirely the point. Yeah, run for your life, spigot seals. Your days are numbered. The mercury, I think, just sinks to the floor, right? So... that's what it does in real life. I think I will just get him to start digging all this out, and then we'll just let it out. Probably over here first. Let's see how much of that we can do. The spigot seal's going to flee for safety. Let's see how far it gets. Gunk boilers have been easier with pulsing turbo tepidizers or petroleum generator boilers in general. The thing I don't like about the turbo tepidizer is it actually power efficient to the point where it's worth doing? You are absolutely trapped, so let's go dig you out. Then I will start digging the rest of this out as well. That seems fine. This is going to reactivate in, what? 39 cycles? That doesn't matter. We have so much steam stored up in here. This should never be a problem. That's why I've been storing the steam up here for absolutely ages. Looks like the thermo aqua tuner is burning out first. That is definitely preferable. Well, maybe that's not too bad then. Okay, don't worry about that. These rooms are going to be quite wide when they're done, so I should probably think about that a little bit as well. Then we could dig that. Dig that. We could dig that. I mean, for heat generators, it's technically 100% efficient. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there goes all the mercury. And then we should have room... Okay, so these are 3 high rooms. I need to bear that in mind. Our actual ranch levels are going to be slightly different. I think I'm just going to make sure that we have this be the floor, and then we don't have to deal with all of the glow squids. So let's make that igneous... Well, let's make that insulated tile. Just go ahead and do that first. And then I guess you've trapped yourself... Well, you haven't trapped yourself in here, actually. You're okay. Also, people can swim. And apparently the squids haven't been going after them, so... That's good. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. That seems fine as well. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. That squid is not a threat at the moment. Just keep dumping mercury on their butts. I don't know. They don't seem to be that aggressive at the moment. That's good. Is this because they're out of squid ink? That's something I always want to think about as well. Like, sometimes they have squid ink and sometimes they don't. It depends on whether they've been eating the wild tubulias or not. So it is something to think about. And then I guess we've got the ladders, we've got the tiles here now, so I'm just going to get you to start digging all that out. And then you could dig that as well. You could dig this. You guys could all swim anyways. I shouldn't be worrying about this so much. It's fine. And I guess I'm going to mirror this compared to what we actually did in the video for the Gildgos, because the dropper is going to be on the left. I don't think there's any reason to have it over here. We're not really going to clear this region. There's quite a few different POIs as well. So that doesn't seem very sensible to me. And again, all of the mucin is going to get boiled into more steam. That's the aim. I guess we're dropping a few bits down here. That's not so good. Tallow? No. We've still got a spigot seal here, though. That's fine. Now, how wide are we going to make this? I think we're going to make it 25 wide. So, let's see. That's going to be about that wide. So it's going to be up to this back wall. It's convenient. Okay. Then we'll start sealing everything in here. We'll make sure that Zaret gets out. They can swim at least a little bit quickly now. That's good. Okay. The dropper for the Gildgos is just going to be a normal dropper. It's just going to be connected to this room. Now, we do have a slight issue. I need to dig the rest of this material. So that, well, maybe not all of that. We need to dig enough of it that the level of the liquid drops. So that's probably going to be at least this much. Probably more. And then I'm going to need to make sure this is a priority 1. So they don't do it right away. I mean, we could boil all this liquid, but there is some mercury in here as well. Actually, is there? Let's have a look. No, this is all fluid brine. I could boil it all as well and make the steam a bit colder. You know what? That's actually fine. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. So, priority 9, all of this. Then you guys can get out through here. No? Okay. Are you actually going to go do the task? Or are you actually just idle now? No, you're alright. He is just going to wander along the floor, though, instead of actually doing anything productive. I do need to get rid of the guy's gunked suits as well. So, unequip your suit. And then we'll go fix that again. You know what I should actually do? I should just make a couple of spare suits. And then we can tell the dupes to wear different suits. And then they can fix them in their own time. And I think, actually, there's enough going on that they should be alright. Now, you've got the suit as well, so you can get sorted out. Let's just watch this for a minute and see what they do. Yeah, Charlie Kelly is actually the engineer guy, so this is good. So we can put you back in the suit right away. Then Zarek can have the next suit. This one's really nice. In other news, we have 16 tons of bleach stone. It's a bit stupid. That's alright. Yeah, so this is all sealed in here. So what I can actually do... Now, what exactly is this going to look like? I think for now... Now, there is some polluted oxygen here. There's some regular oxygen in here. I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to tile it with regular tiles. And then we're going to do that so that there's no gas left in this room, and then we're just going to release all the steam. Because there's so much steam that should cook everything in here pretty quickly. I know there's a load of liquid in here, but this is so much steam. It should still come out at the right temperature, I think. Is that really reasonable? I think it is. Then we'll put an insulated tile up here as well. That can all be insulated. This is all going to be that stuff. I don't think there's enough gas here to melt the mercury yet. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, you guys can swim in here at the moment. And then I think I'm just going to have to tile these bits as well. I guess we'll see what happens with the liquids. There's plenty of basalt in here for you to build with, though, so this isn't really an issue. The key is, I want it to be hot enough to boil the Gildgo outputs, but I don't want it to be so hot that we cook all the slime into dirt. If this gets too hot, then that actually becomes an issue. So, let's think about it. That's a vacuum now. This is all a vacuum. That's good. Then I can seal that, and then that can actually all turn into steam. And again, I don't think there's enough gas out here. This is going to be conductive enough for it to matter. So that seems good to me to start with. So the room's going to be this tall. We're going to have a few obstacles on the floor to actually... for various reasons. So this will be big enough for one full-sized ranch. And then we'll have the different rooms in here as well. And we'll want the liquid lock here. I'll make this out of igneous rock. Yeah, and then this will be a proper liquid lock. So I could go there. That could be a bottle emptier. We'll figure all of that stuff out. Agent Cody Powerbanks has earned a skill point. Good. You can have another strength booster. There you go. And then once you've built this one tile, then we should be able to actually seal this off. Now, don't seal yourself in here. And don't make this out of siltstone. Think you're going to do the right thing? Yeah, good. Always trust me to do the right thing. Now, I'm going to save it first. I think that's relevant. And then we're going to open it up. So, open up all of this. Let's boil all of this water. Let's see how that goes. I think it's going to be pretty fun. 7 tons of steam per tile. And obviously, we've got some mercury in here as well. This should run out to fill the gap once we boil everything. Let's see what happens. The liquid that will go up here, that could be gunk as well. Zarek, you definitely need a suit. That's alright. Surely we made one by now. We have. Good. Okay, Zarek can have a suit. Zarek's pretty fast, so that should be fine. We should probably heal Zarek up. Did we put a triage cot anywhere? Anywhere interesting? This looks like a good spot for a triage cot. Good. We made some piloting boosters as well. We're going to have someone go into space at some point, but I'm not that fast. Right. This liquid should all contact the mercury and start melting or start boiling pretty quickly. I guess we'll see. These steam turbines are going to deactivate pretty quickly, but that's fine, because we know we're making a load of excess power at the moment. I guess we'll see what happens. I think we might end up with a fair bit of polluted water. Because the brine's going to melt in, boil into that, and then it's not going to boil all the other way. All the steam is building up over here at the moment. That's equally alright. Yeah, I mean, this is something you don't normally see, is it? We're going to get a load of polluted oxygen in here. There's a bit up here. This has fallen into the trap pretty well, and I'm leaving this pipe here forever just because that's where we're running the methyl refinery through as well. This is actually going pretty well. And this is all vacuum. Eventually that will just be the steam, and eventually that'll just heat up the tile. So, let's see. Gunk. Let's just dump a load of gunk in here. Much as we can reasonably dunk. Also, let's put another tank in here so we don't have to worry about this for a little bit. So, this pipe, that, turn off the overlay mode. That could go there. And that could lead out that way. And then this pipe with the gunk. So that's going to come out here. I'm then going to need to bridge it over here. And that's going to need to go in here. And that's going to need to go in here. Oh, that's gross. How about instead we do it that way? No, that's also gross. Okay, I have an idea. Deconstruct that. That one goes up here. And then that bridges here and here. And then that leads back down there. That should work. I'm just going to cut that off and I'm going to Priority 9 this. You guys should build this pretty quickly, right? What could go wrong? I have full confidence in you. What else do we want? Do I want more Bionic dupes at the moment? I have 12 beds. Error-prone ship is not bad. We have plenty of oxygen. The only thing is, where would I put the extra bedrooms? I can put them here pretty easily. This is, okay, this is quite full of carbon dioxide now. That's funny. I could obviously just put a bed here. That's not an issue. And I could do one here as well with minimal issues. So let's go ahead and print ship. We want to have some more dupes for renaming purposes anyways. Chip can have... I need to make another suit training booster. And a swim booster. Let's make 2 of these. And for now, I'm going to put Chip on the microchip schedule. There you go. That's a good pun, isn't it? Right, and then priorities. What don't we have? Lots of people hit with lots of digging. I'm going to give you digging as well. You came on a digging booster. That seems fine for now. I will give you the booster shots. Booster shots? Booster slots. There you go. You get an extreme digging booster too. That's good. Okay, and then you can just make microchips at the moment. And then I will need to come in here and do another bedroom. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put doors here. That could be there as well. You could dig that up. And then, oh god, all the drywall. Okay. I do remember what we were doing with that. That's fine. Gotta make sure the pattern matches, even if nobody can see it. Then, yeah, there you go. Have fun with that, and then I will get you to dig out all of this as well. That should be good. Looking, James, hope you're doing well. Thank you for validating that the YouTube chat was working correctly. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, typical Monday stream, to be honest. You know, just to surprise everyone. I am actually on holiday at the moment, in real life. Which is why I got a special video done today. We did the, I did that tier list on feeding critters Brackene. Which ones should you feed Brackene and when? Or not when, but like, which ones should you prioritize feeding Brackene first? So that's going to come out on Wednesday. And I'm streaming today, but I'm going to stream next on Friday, and then we'll do a weekend stream. And that's how it will go. What happened here? Hello? That needs to be a tile. We very nearly let some natural gas through. Was that just Mucin from a Gildgo or something? Was that poop from a butt? Yeah, we're alright. Yeah, liquid levels dropping in here. Obviously, the steam is cooling down, but there's a lot of steam. So, I'm not super fussed about that. Guys, what's actually going on with this? We need to priority 9 this. We need to give Chip a place to sleep. Power bank situation seems to be good. That's good. We're out of power on the spine. That's not good. Does it mean I need to hook up more power generators? Are we actually running out of power? We are! Because we're consuming a lot more with the power... Oh, because we were consuming so much with the power bank charges. That's usually how it goes. If we have spare power on our spine, it usually just goes into the power bank charger. Kunektian, what's going on? Oh, you soiled your suit and didn't tell anyone. Okay, well, that's why we made a load of extra suits in advance. That one probably shouldn't go to Chip yet. There you go. Yeah, build this. We can build all of this stuff as well. We can build the bed. We have plenty of plastic, so that's good for everyone. Bionic dupes are getting their dose of macroplastics. What should we have now? We have 3 tons. That's good. We just built a big plastic ladder all the way up to the top of the map. So that's good. The carbon dioxide rocket's ready to go, but we haven't actually launched it yet. Do I need any more plastic ladders? Possibly not at the moment. Well, I'll consider it. How's our nature reserve doing? Well, that's good. Yeah, morale is thoroughly sorted now, so people should only be stressing out if they've got the issue with the suits. Now, did we make that booster? No. That's fine. That will... Wait. It looks like we have actually done that booster. Chip? Did we actually get a suit training booster? No, someone's going to fabricate that once we get more microchips. Okay, okay, that's fine. Oh, I put this in the wrong place, and you are now trapped. That's not good. Right, dig that. That should be fine. And then that could go here. And then what are we going to put there? What critter? Probably this guy. And then put another one up here. We'll preempt the other guy, because it should be pretty easy. Put a door here, because we're going to open this up eventually. I am going to get rid of all this salt water eventually, I think. We'll dump that somewhere else, random. And then swirling waves. That will do. And that's 14 Bionic dupes. Yeah, look how quickly we actually managed to charge up the power banks. That's really good. Liquid is continuing to boil. It's a good sign. Still getting some power out of the steam turbines as well. That's good. I'm quite keen to use up some of this natural gas as well. How long does nature reserve morale last? Could it stack if you have multiple reserves? It does not stack. I know that much. If we look at the... I'm not even sure how we see how long the bonus lasts for. Does it actually say on the park side? No. What about in the room overlay? No, I'm sure someone knows, but I do not know. Wow, I actually drywalled this whole bit down here. It's funny. Yeah, looks like more of this liquid's coming out here. 0.4 cycles. That's not that's not very long. Okay. Right, that is hooked up there. Is that fine? Does not look fine. Is that because... Oh, because this is actually full. That's okay, I think. No, this is supposed to be recirculating. Oh yeah, at the moment, it won't recirculate when it's actually just going in this end, will it? Well, it's all radiant pipe work. I don't think it matters. That's fine. I like the idea of nature reserves everywhere anyways for the vibes. We do have a fair bit of room for nature reserves on this map. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Can you actually do the gunk in here? I'm just going to yellow alert this until you do it. So when someone does gunk things up, that should resolve itself. Right, did you build the booster? You did. Okay, so that can go to chip. We can remove chips. We can remove chips balls. There you go. And then we can give Chip a suit. And then he can chip in. Seems fine. Dupes are still busy enough. They're almost done researching the critter fountain. That's actually pretty good. I do like that we always end up with a little bit of a weird menagerie in the printing pod area. Okay, where'd you go, Chip? Yeah, you need to actually do all of these things. Shall I just follow Chip for a minute? If people aren't overly busy, I will follow Chip. That's good. Minnow has been your nature reserve so far. Our minnow is serving as a decoration in a slightly different area. There you go, have fun with your booster, senor. And go up here and grab some oxygen. There you go, isn't that much more efficient than breathing from the environment? And then give us a lovely burp, that's all good. Steam turbine's no longer overheating up there, that's good. I will continue to watch you because you need to give me your suit. Yeah, keep drinking the water. Give yourself a little spark. And then we can give you the rubber ducky. Rubber ducky needed. You must wear a rubber ducky. There you go. One more in the squad. I printed a Pokeshell once and forgot about its egg. It killed all the critters I printed at the pod. No! It would be fun to make an actual nature reserve rather than the usual cheaty reserve. I remember the first time that we actually... Oh wait, are we done with this now? No. We still need to dump some gunk in here at some point. Okay, this is actually full of steam now. That's good. The tiles are getting quite hot. The oxygen's getting quite hot, but not enough heat is getting conducted up here for it to matter. So I think this has actually been a complete success. Oh, there's still backwall here. That's funny. Okay, dig that up. We've actually still got some temperature in this steam. Fantastic. I want to get it below 128 degrees C if I can. Then it's going to be if it's between 125 and 128, that's the perfect temperature for Gildgo ranching. And you'll see why in a bit. You know what? I can't be bothered with this anymore. Just put some mercury in here. Just put some mercury in here and call it a day. If you guys are actually disposing of the gunk, then I'm not going to get mad. It looks like you are. So I'm not going to get mad. Let's go on to the Plant Pulveriser. Have we stopped making gumwood into latex at the moment? I think we can go back to doing that. Holy moly! We got 26 tons of gumwood stored up. 13 tons of latex. 13 tons of rubber. Do we need that much rubber? Man, I don't know. Amber to resin, we don't care about. We don't care about any of these. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, did I actually... I did the wire, didn't I? Yeah, I split that wire. That's good. I got plastic now too. Yeah, make a bouncy castle. Man, I don't know. All I know is we have enough sulfur. This isn't a problem. Right. So, is that everything done on the beds up here? It is. That's good. You know what? Leave that for now. That's fine. Right. Going back to the Gildgos. So this is looking good. I am going to need to tile... Oh, some of the mercury's melted. That's okay. We'll let that mercury in the bottom later, because that's going to keep... It's going to keep sorting stuff out over here. Let's just start tiling all of this up. Because we want this to be full of steam eventually. This mercury is all going to melt as well. Do I really want all this mercury in this room? Probably not, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this could be insulated and we can keep the mercury out. Because this bit above this level is going to be just the excess Gildgo management. Actually, the design we have is for... two Gildgo ranches. We're probably only going to have one Gildgo ranch. So that can all be insulated here, and that should all be fine. So I'll just tell you to dig all of this out, and we'll stop the mercury melting in here. Rubber and gaskets, one of those things I'll leave up to the smart storage bins. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah. Very clever. And yeah, we'll just keep pushing up the mercury. It seems fine. Okay, okay, stop that. Stop. Stop. That will do. Then I should actually just be able to tile it all the way up to the entrance as well. So then what we'll do is we'll seal it in here. I will probably just dig all of this out, and we will insulate this too. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll just tile this up as well to finish off, and then that will get rid of all of this stuff. I want to make sure that you do these ones first. And then I'll get you to dig these ones first. I'm having a lot of fun this run. I know I was getting myself a bit tied in knots about this cool steam vent, but the reality is this solution does not have to be perfect to generate so much power for us. And again, we've got so much hydrogen stored up. This is just an insurance plan, really. If we ever actually run out of power, I can just set up more hydrogen power plants. And we're never going to have to worry about that ever again. So that is why I'm adamant that we're just going to keep doing the Bionic dupes. Also, look how much excess power banks we have now. That's good. Yeah, tile that as well. I can actually tile these bits as well. I think tiling it is going to be quicker than gas pumping. I think. When you have lots of dupes, it's usually quicker. I'm not sure 13 dupes counts as lots. Why are people in the rocket? Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. That could go here. I will probably replace this just because I don't want any shenanigans going on with the Abyssalite. That could be Priority 9 as well. That is starting to melt, so let's just get that done now. Yeah, you can see it dripping. That's not a good sign. I don't mind letting a little bit of mercury in here. We could let that little bit of mercury in by making like a little diagonal through these tiles. It's probably fine. Eco power bank number go up is my favorite source of dopamine. That's true. Hey, here's something else that we need to try that I've never tried. We've never done the atomic power banks. That is something to do at some point, right? What's going on here? You're still overheating. Oh, this hasn't actually heated up yet. I was going to put a big blob of naphtha here. Did we ever get any more naphtha? I don't think we did. Also, this is all just carbon dioxide now. What did I want in here? Can we just empty the oil? Is there a reason we didn't do the oil? Was it because it was actually boiling? This should only be running... Oh, I need to set this to above the carbon dioxide pressure. That's what needs to happen. That's alright. Let's empty the oil. And then this is going to erupt again soon. Oh, that's right. I didn't have the oil in here. Yeah, I'll sweep it up again. I didn't have the oil in here because we need all the tiles to make sure the cool steam is erupting properly. Oh, and this is broken? Oh. Well, I'm going to have to replace that then. This is why I want this plastic tile to melt. This is very irritating. Oh, wait. No, hold on. This doesn't need to work. The valve works even if it's broken. Does that make sense? So don't worry about it. Look, see the liquid's still flowing through it just fine. Yeah, that's actually fine. Okay. Isn't it because of the liquid lock? What? I built a generator from the atomic power banks. Yeah, it seems fun. Right, let's... Oh, no. Right, do that, and then there's enough mercury in here. I think I'm going to pour it down here. So that's going to go that. Then that should form a vacuum and stop the steam from getting up here while we purge the rest of the gases. And then that mercury should spread out on the bottom and help us out. So that should be fine, although I'll need to make sure to do this one last. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So while we're doing this as well, oh, let's go heal that guy quick. That would be Zarek. Yeah, I put a poll on the YouTube channel. I wanted to see what direction people wanted me to go with future Sandbox Showcase videos, because I realized that a lot of my recent videos have been summaries of pre-built things. Partly because, for the topics I was covering, there was quite a lot of time spent on getting the initial conditions set up to accurately represent what the system looks like. Like, systems with large growing plants or branch populations where you need to have an idea of what it's going to look like after some time and not necessarily just when you set it up to begin with. Basically, I'm just validating that these builds work over a long period of cycles. So that's not the sort of thing that I want to build live on the video. But the polluted brine vent video, which we recently released, was a perfect candidate to do live because the system works as soon as you build it, much like you've seen recently. So I'm going to try and mix more of that in, but the reality is a lot of the videos I'm doing are ranch videos where it's, yeah, it's not really ideal for me to show it that way. Oh, I've screwed up. There needs to be another tile here. Is that actually a problem? It is if the steam gets up here. Actually, the other gases will end up over here, right? Is this actually a problem? Also, it's not getting past this mercury here, right? Hello, Sebastian Perez on YouTube. I'm following your channel. You're a very technical dude in this game. It's amazing. Is there a way to ranch kelp holes? So I did do that briefly in the previous run. So if you go to my YouTube playlists, I did my initial run. We did regular duplicates, and we did all of the critter ranching techniques on that run. And I'm not going to pretend that's the optimal way to do it, but we did have a very well-functioning ore hole ranch where we were getting the ore holes to eat the kelp holes, and it worked. The one thing that occurred to me a lot is when you actually have the kelp holes and the tower kelps in the ranch with the ore holes, the plants take up a lot of space. So it's quite a struggle to actually fit in all the auto-sweeping stuff, but it does just about work out, I think. But I think the actual strength of the ore hole, at least the initial impression I get, is you can fertilize the tower kelps, and when you do that, and you get the polluted... Oh, what is it? Is it polluted mud from the ore holes? Or is it polluted dirt? I think it's polluted mud. Yeah, it's polluted mud because they added the sludge press to the Aquatic Planet Pack as well. You get this out, and then if you're actually fertilizing your kelp holes with micronutrient fertilizer, you don't have to put in as much polluted dirt and water into the system as you get out of the ore holes. So it profits. But only if you micronutrient fertilize them. Otherwise, you get more polluted water out, but less polluted dirt out, and the ratio doesn't quite line up. The spigot seal is observing everything now. That's very funny. I don't think you're actually going to boil. I think you're just going to be here forever now. Sorry. Well, probably until you get miserable enough to not breed anymore. I guess that's what will happen. Let's keep tiling this up. You know, in an ideal world, I would just put another liquid in here and get the gas out this way. Maybe this... you know what? I think there's enough... Do I care? Do I actually care enough to do this? I think I do. There's going to be some gas up here anyways, though, and the steam's going to push it out so much. It's not going to cause any issues. I think I'm fine. I think the amount of gas that's in here, I think I'm fine. I'm just going to get rid of these tiles. So, what is that going to look like to start with? I think it's just going to look like airflow tiles. Let's make these with... I guess we'll make these with iron ore, because that's... Is that nearby? We're refining most of the galena, so it's not going to be galena. Maybe just make them out of the gold amalgam. That's probably fine. Yeah, I think I'm done with this. We boiled enough of this liquid that I'm not worried. You could do it with airlocks. Yeah, but I'm not going to get rid of all this gas up here anyways. Or, well, maybe we could. That is a good point. Maybe we could. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just put in the manual airlocks. I've done that before. I should have thought about that, really. We did this once where we actually filled up an entire room with airlocks. Because it was quicker for them to build it en masse. In terms of getting up and down, that's probably not something we can do easily with the airlocks. But we can try. Because we could fit one here, and then that would work. But they wouldn't actually be able to get down. So I think I would need to do that last. So cancel that. Remove this ladder. And then we'll do all of these. Yeah, that's okay. We can get rid of those tiles. Let's leave that one in for now. The storage bin does wonders for construction materials for Dupes. That's true, but the gold amalgam's right here anyways, so I'm not that fussed either. And we're going to deconstruct all of this afterwards as well, so I'm really not that fussed. But yeah, ore holes seem like they have a decent amount of potential. Not only for the shearing for iron ore, but also just the fact that you can make them profit pretty easily off of their own products. with just a little bit of micronutrient fertilizer. I don't need more ethanol. Let's intercept the charge. There you go. We haven't actually filled it up in a little while. The game is still letting us inspect this over and over again for more data banks, by the way. I think that's what's happening. You need to dump yourself. You need to dump your gunk. I think we may need to put more than one gunk extractor in. I worry that the dupes aren't actually getting all the way to the gunk extractor in time sometimes. Yeah, steam temperature's now around 132. That's okay. I could actually just straight up let more liquid in. Is that a bad idea? There's more up here, too. There's a lot up here. That's probably just impulsive thoughts talking. Oh my god, it is so slow for them to open these up and build them. See if anyone needs any more skills. Leofar, you're fine. I think all of the regular guys will be alright. You can have the black digging hat, I think. Still a load of sulfur down here, that's good. How about you? Are you going to lay that Gildgo egg yet? Yes, you are. That's actually really good. We could crit a Flexobatica slow go if need be, but that's probably not a good idea either. There is some gold amalgam down here, that's convenient, so we should be able to build that last one down here. They do extractions during work blocks if they're close, they just need to not be blocked. Yeah, that's good. We're still a bit low on data banks. No, I don't think we are. Oh, we're low on radiation. That's fine, I think. This is charging up. Oh, we just need to do the errand. Well, this should definitely be a priority 9 thing, right? Cody Databanks has earned a skill point. Good. Yeah, more digging, I guess. I guess I'll make a couple more digging boosters. I am aware this is a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy on those, so maybe I shouldn't do too much of that. Okay, this seems fine. Once you've started building the last one, I will get you to do that too. My god. Well, at least he's happy about it. Wait, why are you happy? Oh, you're a rainmaker. Oh, okay. Great. Why are you happy? That's suspicious. Good. Research is done. That's good. So now we can do Brackene with them. Now, we're going to have to actually make some Brackene. Obviously, we're boiling all the Mucin. So we're probably not going to be making the Brackene with the Mucin when we're producing it from these guys. We will need a plant to grow as well. It's going to be Pincha Peppers. I'm going to set this to make it out of Pincha Pepper nuts and Mucin. And I think actually what we're going to do... Let's heal up the other dupes. And I think what I'll do is I'll put another Plant Pulveriser here and we'll make the Brackene specifically. Or do I want to make that downstairs? Because we actually have the polluted water here as well. The only thing is, to get this hot enough to actually grow the Pincha Peppers, I'm going to have to run it into something. I could run it into here. The sulfur comes out hot and that keeps this area hot. Is that going to be enough heat for feeding Pincha Peppers? I'm not sure. Right, you're actually done. So now I should be able to get you to come in here and do that tile. But I need to get you to come in the room first. Can I rename a rocket after my fish? No. Well, I can. We already have our rocket named at the moment. I can rename a later rocket, or I could rename ship after a fish. That's definitely something that can happen. That might be sooner. Later one is fine. Okay. Right. Highborn Jace, you have to get down. Oh, God. Okay. I think you can actually still reach that from here, so... Yeah, this should be fine. The doors, they churn. They yearn and they churn. Oh, we need a door here too. That's fine, because you just need to finish that off. And then I guess I'll tile this as well. I'm actually really surprised with how well this worked out. Once we get the Gildgos in here actually producing all the mucin, that will lower the temperature in this room as well. So that should be good. And we're gradually cooling the salt down as well. What temperature is the salt? 60 degrees? I guess it's fine. Those are now unreachable. Okay, I think I'm going to have to put some ladders in here then. Ladders. Right. Ladder there. See how that goes. Any more researchers that we want? Probably not mutant seeds. Let's finish off solid management. What's overheating? Yeah, you're overheating again. Interesting. Yeah, this overheats at 325. Eh. Right with that for now. Don't worry about that planet. Right, you built... Oh. That was kind of the wrong order. Right, I'm going to have to get you to build these as separate tiles then. If we're actually doing this properly. But you can't reach them. That's the issue. If I open this up again, then there's not any polluted oxygen in there now, and you should be able to do this. And then we can finish that off. Yeah. What's a casual 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 kilograms of steam between friends? Got some Coca-Cola? Let's have some Coca-Cola. I'm on holiday. No one can tell me otherwise. I don't think we're going to go late today, but there is an option. Definitely do not have a bedtime to speak of. It's because it's hanging out at the top of the tank like a good sausage. Hold on, let me show you. Not that one. Oh, get me out of here. Yeah, look, there's Whiskers. Sausage detected. Sausage detected. There you go. Now you're doing it. Maybe we'll build the steam rocket today. We are going to eventually do that. We'll have a steam rocket because we have so much steam. It would be rude not to. Right. There is no non-steam gas left in here now. So we can remove this. We can remove all of these. There's a tiny blob of polluted oxygen. I think we're going to end up with occasional little blobs of polluted oxygen. But this was kind of just an exercise to show you what it would be like to remove it all. We're still boiling some polluted brine in here at the end of the day. If we get a little bit up here, it's not the end of the world. But I'm pretty happy that most of it's gone. And then we're going to want these to be airflow tiles so that all the steam can circulate around. So that could go here. And then this is the part where I actually need to follow the video. Oh, the only thing is, this is 25, but there's a ladder and a door bit that we're going to have as well. So actually what I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to expand it that way as well. I'm going to need to make it another 2 tiles deeper. So I think this is a case where... we go underneath. How are the glow squids feeling? Well, they've kind of not been doing much, so I'm just going to keep digging this out for now, and we'll expand those tiles out. We'll see how that goes. So this bit here is going to be one big ladder. So let's make this out of basalt. And then we're going to start putting the actual ranch bits in. Right, let's speed it up again. So long as the dupes are all busy, I don't have a problem. Yang has earned a skill point. That's good. You can have advanced schematics and more building, I think. You should probably have an electrical engineering booster at this point. And then we can make one more mechatronics booster for you as well. Let's go ahead and make sure we do that. Did I never switch Chip off this schedule? I never did. There you go. Chip, you can actually work now. Doesn't it feel great? Oh, you can also have... I need to make more pink unitards. Let's make 2 more snazzy suits. At some point, I should think about geotuning the saltwater vent as well, but that's going to happen in another stream, because I don't really care at the moment. We have enough power. We have enough salt. Polluted oxygen has moved up here. That's fine. Mercury is going to get rather hot. Okay, so what we want to do is... we want the insulated tile to go this way. I think if we do it like that... we could boil the rest of this liquid as well. That's actually fine. And then put some more bits over here. And I think it's probably a case of I come down here and do that too. Oh yeah, we can do all of this now. That's fine. And then that ladder can go here. Spigot Seals, you're not going to have a good time if you keep wandering into the steam room. That's not a very strong evolutionary response, if I've ever heard of one. I guess the squids are not bothered by my presence today. Maybe they're just out of squid ink. I don't know. It seems kind of hit and miss whether they're actually aggressive or not. It's got the big red box. Yeah, I think the steam temperature is pretty good. Once the mucin starts getting produced, that should decrease the temperature a bit more as well. We're going to end up with some biodiesel in here, aren't we? It's possible. Why is the circuit overloaded? This one. Oh, hold on. Something's not right. This shouldn't be plugged in here anymore, should it? That should be plugged in here. Yeah, true. Okay. Oh. 5.2 kilowatts. Oh, right, because we're running the thermal aquatuner and it's draining out 4 kilowatts from this. No, that's not right either. This needs to be on a separate line. This was never going to work. We have enough metal. Let's just do that now. Then maybe you'll stop. Why are you 400 degrees? Stop it. Get some help. I think we probably need a thermosensor here and not an atmosensor. Let's do that. That, I think, makes more sense. And we can set it to 275, because it really shouldn't be getting hotter than that. Yeah, just go ahead and do that first. Right, thermosensor. Because there will be gas in here now, always, because there's that little bit of carbon dioxide, which I think is permissible. I do not want this to keep breaking. Hydrogen's accumulating pretty nicely, so is the oxygen. I can always hook up more canister fillers as well, but I don't think we need to. If anything, the main constraint is going to be pumps. So you should only run if you're below 275, I think. I guess you'll probably break at some point, but that's fine. We'll just replace you then. Okay. Manual gas pump. Nah, that's fine. I don't mind having the carbon dioxide in there. I think I just needed to automate it from... yeah, there we go. I think I just needed to automate it from a thermal thermosensor to begin with. That's like the whole issue. This room does equilibrate the temperature. The main issue is that not a lot of the steam actually gets to this turbine. It's just slightly too far away. So that could go there. And then we can refill that. Research is done. That's fine. So you're filling up with steam properly now. That's good. I will sweep up all of this mercury and that. And then you can remove this. And then we can actually set up all the ranch stuff. And the Gildgos are going to be bred in here. And then they're going to move about in that room. Now, let's see. I think what I'm going to do at the moment is just tile this, just so that we can actually get up here and dig all of these tiles out. And then we can bring that in. I'll let the rest of this liquid in as well. And that should be good. And then once we've actually got the layout sorted, then we can start doing the interesting part of this build. Yeah, the temperature's really getting to the level we want it to be at now. Nice to see the steam turbines still running. The one thing that gets to me... So the good thing about this is where the steam turbines are placed, we're going to be generating the heat down here with the brine vent at 195 degrees C. The mucin is going to be generated up here. That's going to get hot enough to boil, and then the steam is going to get heated more before it goes into turbines. That was the issue with the build that we had on the YouTube channel. Which is why I showed all the... I'm going to print some joya seeds. That sounds good. That was why I had the steam turbines at the top and to the side to compare it. And having them to the side and below where the heat source was. We used the liquid tapidizer as the heat source last time, but I don't think that's necessary when you build it right with the brine vent like this. So that should be good. Yeah, and you could do that, and then you can build that tile as well, and that might help as well. And then we can start releasing things, I think. I don't mind letting a bit of the abyss light out as well. Then that can go there. And then I think you can actually reach all of these tiles from here. Now there's a bit of gas in here. I could do the door trick again as well. Although don't do that tile first. Don't do that. That's alright. I'm glad we're actually doing this. And who knows, maybe you'll actually see a Rex video in the future as well. Why isn't my light working? Why hasn't my light been working this whole stream? Do it. Yeah, synchronize the light. Stop giving me ads. Run my actual items. No, not these. The beam. What is going on? Yeah, great. That should have been running the whole time. God, we can't have IRL interruptions to our automation, can we? That's just no good. Right. Let's tile this in and then maybe put another manual airlock here, and then I should just be able to reach all of these with the other things. We have some polluted water in here. This shouldn't be off-gassing. It isn't. That's good. Right, you are set to not run unless the gas is... Oh, I see. You need to have like a filter gate on this so that you don't turn on and off impulses. That's what we need. I'm going to set you to, like, 20. And if these steam turbines get too hot, then, I guess we'll see. Right, can you build a manual airlock here now? Then we can just do the rest of this. You're actually still boiling some of this. That's not ideal. This might be a place with more temp shift plates. That's probably a point where it's going to start getting a bit awkward. But it probably is needed. I think we'll position those once we start laying out the rest of the ranch stuff, though. Right, And can we do the rest of these tiles? Yes. Well, I guess we'll see how successful that is. Any more research? We can do some more research. How many databanks do we have? 21? This is something that doesn't involve databanks. If we have anything left. You guys were talking about lead suits. Let's research the lead suits. Maybe if we end up doing something with atomic power banks, it should be fine. Should it be possible to crush ice into snow at the rock crusher? Crushed ice exists in the game. You do get it from some meteors, I believe. I'm not sure. They need to make a way for you to generate... Is this actually buildable now? God. Okay, you're going to have to build a ladder then, aren't you? What was I going to say? There should be a physical process in the game that lets you make snow automatically. Make it tricky, but make it possible, because running the ice makers to make snow is just very annoying. But if you do want to just make lots of snow artificially, you can do it in ice makers. That is the dev intended solution. It's just not a very good solution, in my opinion. Well, it's alright. It's like a C+ solution. I guess I'm fine for you to keep doing these tasks for now, but I do want you to do this. It's not like you have a load of other work to do. I should probably do something with this actual room at some point, shouldn't I? I kind of want to drywall this, but that would just be such a waste. Wait! Why do I have carbon dioxide in here? Oh! You found more galena! Oh, that's right. You found more galena. No wonder we boiled some of this. That's bad. Now what am I gonna do? Yeah, that ain't gonna work, is it? Although, this isn't running, right? No, this is running. Oh, God. I did vaporize it. I forgot. I had the thermosensor here to deactivate the thing, but I didn't deactivate the friggin' metal refinery, because this one's only making lead. That's what I should have done, by the way. In case anyone was curious. I should have done this. So now what am I going to do? How on earth am I going to... I'm just going to have to gas pump it. That's it. I'm just going to have to gas pump it. That's fine, because we have steel. So I guess... Where am I going to send that? That's a lot of carbon dioxide as well. I don't really just want to dump it into the base. I could put canister filler in, but that's like a ton of carbon dioxide. I think I would rather just dump it in the map. I think we'll do that then. Let's just put a high pressure vent here. Let's make a gasket and do that. I don't really want to mess around with that. Why didn't I just hook up the metal refinery to that? I think it's because we were using the metal refinery for other things. This is before we had the second metal refinery. Dump it into space. Yeah, but I might want it later. Oh, wait. Hold on. We've got a carbon dioxide pipe here for the rocket. Now, there's... The pressure in here is too high for a high-pressure gas vent. But... I could definitely build a gas pipe. That probably shouldn't go there. Why am I making it out of zinc? Bridge. That's a start. Cut that off. And then... I'm probably just going to put some gas reservoirs down. And then we'll do something involving the rocket at some point. Something funny. I could just put the gas reservoir in here. I don't think there's any real reason not to do that. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just do that for now then. I'll do something else with that later. So, cut that, cut that. Yeah, we'll figure something else out with this later, but that will solve the issue for now. I should probably turn this off in the meantime, because it's not going to do anything. It's going to take a while to actually sort that out as well. I'm going to set this to 100, so it doesn't activate. Yeah, any gas we get at all should go in this reservoir. That's fine. And you could build a tile here, and then I'll build another tile here, and we'll reroute that gas pipe out of here. This is not actually an emergency. I thought it might have been, but now that we have an area we want to dump carbon dioxide, that's reasonable. Right. Can you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Can you actually just do this? There's a dupe when you need him. There he is. Yeah, just build that ladder. I did seal this in, didn't I? I did. That's still erupting, by the way. Got several tons of CO2 in here. I'm beginning to think we should bring out some slicksters involved. Look good? Yeah, there's some carbon dioxide. Yeah, work on it. And then that should decrease relatively quickly. Is this water in here? Oh, there is a little bit of water in there. That's fine. That'll solve itself as well. I'm not going to worry about that anymore, am I? Right, you're done with that. Okay, that's good. So that means I can remove all of this, put some airflow tiles in, and then we can actually start doing the ranch layout. So, right, let's actually think about this for real now. So, we want a little bit of oil in the bottom. Maybe some naphtha. Oh, I'm going to have to sort that out later. That's fine. Maybe little blobs of naphtha so that the Gildgos could stay moisturized in the steam. That is actually important. So that's why we need these airflow tiles here. We can keep some liquid blobs in here. This is going to be the bottom of the drop shaft. I thought there was a big heart for a second. That's going to be the bottom of the drop shaft. So let's put a metal tile in here to be conductive, but to also block the liquid. Actually, that could just be a mesh tile, right? Want the liquid to go through here. This can also be mercury. It doesn't have to be oil. Mercury is fine for this. So that can be a mesh tile, and then let's start laying out the buildings. So, oh god. Okay, let's clear these. Hot tub. We should put the Bionic dupes in a hot tub. Do Bionic dupes go in hot tubs? I feel like that wouldn't make much sense, but I can't remember honestly. Right. Wow, we have a lot of options. The Regal Neutronium one, I think. This does not overheat. So, does it? I feel like this should overheat. Let's make it our gold amalgam, see what happens. We'll put that there. We will put the critter fountain in as well. This does overheat, so this will need to be steel. We'll want a critter condo in here as well. Now, where am I going to stick that? This... Oh, this needs to be made out of ceramic. Right, we're actually going to have to make some ceramic then. So where's our kiln? Probably put that down here by the metal refinery, right? Yeah. Let's make some ceramic. We need clay. Yeah, okay. just as a general reminder for everyone, to make clay, you typically need either mammoth patties or deodorizers to run. So we will get the deodorizers to run, and we will need some polluted oxygen for that. There is a good amount of polluted oxygen in certain areas. Well, maybe not a good amount. An adequate amount? I just wonder if there's like a big batch of it somewhere. But generally it doesn't like to off-gas that much. Oh. There we go. This has just been off-gassing in here forever. So what I could do is, if I dig that out, we could put a deodorizer on a mesh tile here or something. How much ceramic do we need? Let's actually excavate this. There's enough polluted oxygen by this fossil that we should be alright. So we'll need to actually get access through here. That's probably fine. This is still sealed off by the water, so that's probably okay. I could sweep this up. But go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, I could put a load of mesh tiles in here. There's not a lot here, so I don't need to do anything with that. What's with the red helmet bug? I have no idea, honestly. The dupes have been doing that the whole time, and it's been irritating, to say the least. Should I just put 3 here? No, maybe I should just dig this out and let the water out and let people get in this way. I don't know. I'll just leave that ladder there, and then we'll put some deodorizers here, and then a wire. Should not be too difficult. Which one? That one. So each lot of polluted oxygen turns into about 150% of that mass in clay. That's not a lot of polluted oxygen. But we'll see. There's more down here, so I do want you to keep sweeping that up. Oh. Oh, I see what the issue is now. I guess we let this out then. Guess I'll put another one here. Oh, no, you have to actually climb down this way. Okay. That's probably not fine. I'll have to put another ladder here. Okay, let's see how that goes. Hello, Connectian. Hope you're doing well. What are you up to today? We're going to do Gildgos. We've set up the room, and we're starting to put everything in. The main issue is I have to get some ceramic to build some of these buildings, because they're going to be quite hot. So we're going to need some clay. These produce clay. It's 143.3% of the polluted oxygen mass. But, yeah, we're going to have to get some clay. There's not an awful amount of polluted oxygen in here, so this might be a little tricky. The regular oxygen should end up over here just fine. See how that goes. But this should keep off-gassing. If I actually dig out these tiles, that should help it off-gas faster. And in fact, I could dig up these tiles as well. That should also help it off-gas. So go ahead and do that for now. So long as we don't get any regular water in here, we should be fine. Start work at 7:30, ended around 4 PM. Now I'm home. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm on actual holiday at the moment, so that's nice. Yeah, clay. It's not a lot. I will get you to dig out as well. But yeah, the off-gassing rate depends on the amount of surface area you have exposed and not overpressurized. There's a little bit of carbon dioxide down in here, but that shouldn't be enough to cause anything to actually off-gas. The oxygen, I'm probably going to have to get that to move out of here at some point. So maybe we actually dig a little bit up here and let that keep going. I've earned a skill point. That's useless. Actually, it's not useless. I can do that now. That's good. You can have a strength booster. That's good. Leofar's done. Highborn Jace is done. That's good. You're leaving your country at the start of September for your holiday? Nice. Yeah. Usually I'm traveling somewhere on holiday, but I'm not actually this time. I wonder if that's going to get sucked in with the rest of it. One would hope. Right, can I actually dig in there, and then we can excavate this little fossil? I have a little bit of issues with power in my own coal rod. I need 100 hatches and 106 plum lumps. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. Is there a way I could sweep up the rest of this water so we can let this off gas as well? Maybe. I don't know. These are going all right now. Can you just let me print a load of clay? Would that be an option? A plug sluglet? I don't think I need another plug sluglet. Well, no, I definitely don't. We're making enough power. Let's intercept this again. Only Bionics run as well. Yeah, good luck with that. 6.5 tons of water per cycle for 256 bristle berries with Mimica and Farming Touch, huge scale run. That's good. No, I'm glad. Glad that's going well for you. How much clay do we actually need? We've got like a fair bit. Let's see. So this is going to be for the Criticondo. I don't necessarily have to put this in, but I would like to. We need 200 clay. Okay. That seems doable. You're actually running out of... The air is taking up too much space now, so I need to actually dig this out as well, I think. I need to make sure that we don't let the stuff down here. I also need to keep digging this up to actually make some room, right? Go ahead and keep doing that. What's overheating now? The ethanol is boiled. Oh my god. Oh god, that's not what I wanted at all. The gas has been breaking in the pipe. Well, that's not good. Well, I'm not dealing with all of that ethanol shenanigan again. So what am I going to do? Am I just going to put the ethanol in here too? That's not going to fly. This is the point where I'm just going to let it out into the base. I am not storing a load of ethanol in that thing. Yeah, cut that off. Try again. I didn't really want to do this, but I haven't really got a choice. Okay. What could go wrong with letting a load of hot ethanol out into the base? That's a lot of hot ethanol. I probably shouldn't do that. Right, can I dispose of it in a bit more of a safe way? Probably. I think if I dump it down here, that's a little bit better, right? Okay, we'll do that. That we'll have to do. And then disable auto repair, disable auto repair on that. We'll replace these with steel, frankly, just because we have a lot of steel and I don't feel like replacing these again. I'll have to make sure to change the settings on that again. That's probably for the best. Right. I don't think that was enough diluted oxygen. It's gonna be kind of tough to get this to off-gas any faster. I'll have to put the deodorizers down here as well. That should be fine. So let's deconstruct these. Oh, you've let some of the clay out. I think this might actually be enough clay. But I will put them down here so we can keep making more. We won't need a lot of it, but we'll need some. That worked quite well. Chip earned a skill point. More boosters. That's good. Research is done. Door I don't really care about. Yeah, you are just going to have to dump it out. What do we do with the big steam room with the critter fountain? We're going to ranch Gildgos in there and boil all of the mucin directly into steam so that we don't have to worry about it. I think just having 2 down here should be fine. But yeah, I think that's enough clay. So, clay should... ceramic should probably be on the resource list. So we want 1 critter condo made of clay, ceramic. Oh, right, that's right. 100 kilograms of clay turns into 100 kilograms of ceramic. That's good. Let's use the regular... Actually, let's just use the coal. We have plenty of coal. That should always be running. And then we'll make it out of ceramic. And that should be priority 9, which it is. Yeah, I'll start deciding what we're going to put in here properly in a minute, but I just want to get this sorted out first. Steam is pretty cold now. Hello, Highborn Jace. Hope you're doing well. This steam is still relatively hot, but is it going to boil all this brine? I don't know. I think we're going to have to build a couple of temperature plates. We don't need ranch stuff in this whole area, so let's actually make some basalt temperature plates. Probably just here. See how that goes. Love my YouTube video. I'm glad you did. Thank you very much for watching it. Let's suppress notifications on that. I don't really care about that. Yeah, just dump all the ethanol here. We'll pump it out later or something. I don't blimmin' know. But yeah, the Brackene tier list, the Brackene feeding tier list is going to come out on Wednesday. The Rex video, not 100% sure about. I'm probably not going to have a huge amount of time for video related stuff for the rest of this holiday. But who knows? Really? Right, are you actually going to heat the brine up? Maybe. It's trying. Could be worse. Okay. Right. Does this mean we're at the point where we can actually do this now? Oh, let's actually go and put Chip in the unitard. Very important task. Here you go. Some more loot. What's up? What we got? Ugh, glad it's cooling down a bit in this room again. Frilly leech socks. Interesting. With extra flounce. Okay. Your plug slug video showed up my feed. How metal efficient are they versus making metal power banks and using those to charge a power network? The key... I'm gonna put it on speed 1 for now. The key to plug slugs is semi-starvation ranching them. Normally, I wouldn't recommend ranching them at all. The return on metal or to power is not great. But they actually generate power on the wires, even if they're starving. They just have to not be starving the moment they actually go to set up on that wire at the start of nighttime. So yeah, if you set up an individual room for each plug slug so it can get fed at a certain time of day with automation, it eats a tiny little blob of metal, is temporarily not starving for like 20 seconds, and then it gets on the wire, and then it starts generating the power. As long as it starts generating the power, it won't stop until it leaves the wire at the end of the nighttime. So if you do it like that, it actually lets you get 50% of the normal power output for about 2% of the normal metal cost. So that alone makes plug slugs worth doing. Does it still work with the new happiness update though? That is a good question. I think it does. That is worth testing. I don't think the happiness of plug slugs has anything to do with their power generation, though, does it? I thought it was just based on their diet. I might need to look that up. But historically, it wasn't. Oh, there's the plug slugs. See, we've actually got the plug slugs on the wire at the moment. You're not happy. Your power production is 400 watts. Oh. Really? That's interesting. Well, you're wild. I'm pretty sure it is on diet. Egg production is on happiness. Yeah. I don't think it should change with the happiness update. I probably should test that at some point, but I'm fairly confident that it's actually okay. Right, did you make the ceramic? You did. Okay, let's actually go ahead and add that to the list. And that means pressing this button and going down here, right? We need minerals. Ceramic. And then that can go in here. Made of ceramic. Plus 200 degrees overheat temperature. Very important for this. Because we want as many excess Gildgos as we can get. Okay, so that could go there. Then we need the critter feeder. That could go at the back. That's fine. Most of the mucin is going to be generated up here. I'm actually going to be pretty happy just having a big load of mercury down here and getting less mucin out of the breeders. Because the amount that the excess Gildgos produce vastly exceeds the amount the breeders will produce. So I'm not fussed on that. Let's put this, making that a steel. I did put a liquid reservoir in here as well for storing Brackene. We actually still need to make the Brackene. So that's a question. How do we go about making that? It is going to be Pincha Peppers. If I geotune the polluted water vent, it's going to be too hot for the thimble reeds. This is some hot polluted water right here. That's convenient. Well, we could go ahead and do that. Just a pretty impromptu setup. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to work. So if we do that, and then put a load of mesh tiles in here, so we can still walk around, I think. And then we'll put a farm station over here, so that can go in stations. Do I want that? How much fertilizer do we have? Oh yeah, we have the 3 tons of fertilizer. That's good. Yeah. We'll do that. Then we'll put the hydroponic farm in here. I could heat these up if I really wanted to. I don't think I care about that. And I think what we'll do is we'll just do 4 here and 4 here. But that means I'm going to have to get in here and tile this. Which means we're going to have to get in here and dig this sand out. That should be fine. We can get in here now. We have the swimming technology. So that should be good. The video only talked about starvation affecting power. I don't know if that changed. I don't think it has. There's no reason it should have changed. So I think what we're going to do is we'll dig these tiles as well. We'll put the auto sweeper down here. So that can reach everything. That can be made out of gold. Then the loader can go in here. That can be full of Pincha Peppers. And... oh. Yeah, okay, alright. Look. I can lower this liquid level. That's not a problem. Dig out the mud. I don't like the mud. Yeah, do that. I know this is going to interfere with the off-gassing here. Let's actually make these mesh tiles so we still get some liquid in here. I think that's reasonable. And then this could be a door. And then the plant pulverizer is going to go here. So that can be refinement. The plant pulverizer. We've got to do the dinosaur. You've always got to do the dinosaur. That's going to go there. And then we'll need a loader for that. That could go here. I could put the conveyor receptacle for the Pincha Peppers in here. We don't need it for cooking at all. So I'm not going to worry about that. I think there's probably something a bit more clever we could have actually done with the layout in here, but that's fine. We don't need to be clever. That could go in there. That could reach up in here. Then we'll fill this with mucin. That is going to get pumped straight from here. No. Water. We're going to be making it out of water. Regular water. What are we doing for regular water again? We got a desalinator. We also have hot water up here. That's probably not suitable for Brackene production. So that will probably stay there. So that means we're going to need a water pipe coming down here, which is actually fine. So that could just go down here. Yeah, and I can get rid of all this pipe that's no longer needed at all. So get rid of that. Stop making it out of friggin' zinc. Game. Right, actually, you know what? Cancel that. That's fine. And then that's going to have to go down here. Is this the best place for it long term? I don't think it is, but beggars can't be choosers. Abyss Light's very hard, so that shouldn't cause any problems. Pincha Peppers, we do have the pepper seed. We probably need to make a couple more pepper seeds. I think we can find more. No, don't eat the don't eat the Pincha Pepper seed. There is a Draco biome. Or there was a Draco hanging around over here. Are there more peppers over here? Not really, no. That might take a while to get Brackene production online, but that's at least a plausible plan. This is going to fill with sulfur. The issue with this is, when you've got a steam room here, the sulfur will actually melt in the room with the Gildgos, which is not ideal. So we are going to need to keep the sulfur in a vacuum and load it in gradually. Which should be fine. We do have a load of sulfur over here, after all. That's relatively cold. I believe what I actually did is I had this doesn't have to be insulated. I think I will do that. Make it insulated, and then we'll put a little chute in here, and that will need to be a vacuum. Well, it doesn't need to be a vacuum. It just needs to be cold. Then the auto sweeper for the guys in here will actually be able to reach into that void. So putting it in this specific tile seems important. So that could go here. And then we'll have one more that's going to go over here, I believe. That should be fine. And then that's going to take all the Gildgo eggs out. Yeah, we're going to go a little bit late tonight, just so we can make sure we get this done. Might actually be worth just having a little mesh tile here. Yeah, I could make a little mesh tile here, make it insulated. And then... oh no, mesh tile there, and then put the chute here. So let's build this first. Yeah, get that tile done. And then we'll figure out the rest. Looks like this polluted brine is actually finally boiling. That's good. Still technically hot enough here. I guess the metal refinery is doing some work on that. We need to make more refined carbon. Let's make more refined carbon. Out of the wood. The regular wood. Right, that's good. Then we can remove that tile. That can be a chute. So that it's just dumped on the floor. Or I could actually make that a conveyor receptacle. I could just make it a conveyor receptacle and stick it here. That's probably more feasible, isn't it? Then you can still reach that tile. And then you can load into the critter feeder every now and then. And that should keep the sulfur cool enough for our general use. And then that means I could just hook it up on this conveyor rail here. Is this for sulfur? I think it is, because it's for tubulars. Yes. Okay, that's good. So that one can go like... what am I doing? This'll do. I'm not going to go crazy over this. That should dump excess sulfur in here. The squids are currently not actually protecting, so... I don't know why. I think... Oh, I think I know why. We stole all the tubuliers out of here, so they're not replenishing their squid ink. That could be a reasonable justification. Yeah, let's go with that. So the sulfur's going to come down here. We're going to put a very small amount in here at a time, I think. Well, we could play around with it once we've loaded this with sulfur. I think that would be the reasonable thing to do. Looks like we've got a little bit more polluted oxygen up here. That's going to make its way downtown. That's fine. Can you feed the zinc to a plug slug so it stops bothering? Actually, that's a good question. Do plug slugs eat zinc? Not... yes, they do. They did change that. We could try it. I must admit, it's not really my priority at the moment, but we'll figure it out eventually. What is going on down here? How is the gas pump situation going? There's a lot of gas in here. I'm not overly keen on the situation here, but it is what it is. The other thing that we want to do, we want to make a little gap that the Gildgos can't get through, like a one-tile gap, because they can climb up things. I think what that means is, I'm going to put a little door over here so we can get in here, and I'm going to put a ladder in here. So that's probably just going to look like that. So that's 4 tiles. So actually the door, I guess, is going to go in this tile. Because that's going to end up being 96, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a door. Oh, this should be... I don't care about the doors specifically, but we have steel, so I'm just going to do it. Door. This needs to be the mechanized airlock. No, this needs to be the pneumatic door we're letting the guys through. Normally, this needs to be a mechanized airlock. But we're actually only doing one ranch here. So this could be a pneumatic door in this case. So that's going to go here. I think that will do. And that should count as a ranch once that tile gets built. And oh, and the doors get built. Yeah. Can you actually get out of here? No, because that door needs to be built. Okay, that's fine. And then that will need to be our series of doors like we usually have, so that we can do the dropper shenanigans. That should be fine. And then I'll need to go and sort that out. Baby Gildgos cannot climb, so we could dump the eggs in a chute here, like usual. I'm going to have to increase the opacity of the chat here. I think a little bit. It's alright when it's like the game, but it's like when I'm looking at menus, it's just gross. Maybe I'll have a play around with that. Right, that could go there, and then the remaining Gildgos are just going to wander around in here forever. And then we do all the automation. So, the sulfur's here, that's good. This now counts as a ranch, that's good. Brackene will get made at some point. Oh my god. Can you just not break things? What is this going to look like? Granite. It didn't actually break where I thought it was going to break. It broke up here. That's so stupid. Right, what is the solution to that? I think it is probably just digging out all this polluted mud that I hate. Is that going to be enough? Maybe? Maybe we just dig out all of these bits. Basalt is hard. So this should not leak. Although, I don't think I'm even going to risk it. No, that basalt's not leaking. This basalt. Yeah, dig all of that material as well. Building melted. The temperature plate. Okay. Okay, good. So we should actually have our naphtha in here now. That's good. So that should help keep things cool in here too. So I wanted to sweep up probably all of this, and then we can use that naphtha somewhere else. Zarek, what's going on? Oh, you soiled your suit a while ago. Yeah? Well, how about you finish digging and then we'll deal with you. Doing the Brackene first is probably getting a little bit ahead of the game. We want to make Pincha Pepper nuts and water into Brackene. I guess you can make it with Mucin as well, but you're not going to deliver the Mucin to this. So don't bother with that. Right, that should get through here. The salt water does sink, so we should still end up with the polluted water in here. I'm going to get you to unequip the suit now. There's the gunk. And then you get to equip a new suit. So have fun with that. Door. Oh. Oh, the turbine heated up again and boiled the rest of the mucin. Okay. Well, that's all the oxygen gone. Well, I mean, that's all the oxygen out in the map, is what I should say. Which, considering our current situation with the carbon dioxide and everything else, is probably fine. I wish there was a way for us to get into here through this lock. I think this is just going to have to be a naphtha situation. Right. Or I just tell them not to tune these. I'm just going to tell them not to tune these for now. I think that's pretty reasonable. Okay. Copper, I'll print the copper, that's fine. Oh! If we print the copper, that means the plug slugs are going to eat that, right? And we're going to get more hydrogen. That's not necessarily a problem either. That's all just going up to the top of the map. Yeah, there's a little bit of plug slug hydrogen up here. That's okay. Stupid. We've used up all the tallow as well. So once we pump this gas out of here, we are going to have to actually melt some more stuff in here. That answered that question before I asked it. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, speed up just a little bit. Nobody's been idle, that's good. Yeah, these don't need tuning. There's so many on this line, I don't actually want to tune these. Right. You probably aren't actually running enough, though. Well then, I should probably turn off some of these electrolyzers, right? But the reason I'm running these is to dispose of all of the water so this can keep running. So, what's the issue here? It's hooked up to power bank chargers as well. It's hooked up to all of these. Maybe I just disconnect a couple of them for now then. So that thermo aquatuner can run. Yeah, that'll do. For now, I'll keep an eye on the power bank situation. Don't worry about this door. It's a little bit of extra oxygen for everyone, but that's going to spread out quickly enough. Right, everything has boiled in here now. That's good. Let's start putting the wires in over here. That could be gold. That could just go like this. Conveyor loader is literally just going to go straight up. That's nice for change. That can be made out of steel. It's going to go in here. Our Gildgo situation is we have a little baby that is almost old enough. So that worked out well. We're then going to put a critter drop-off over here. That can be made out of steel too. We then need to do the most basic dropper automation of all time. So that could be 2 critter sensors. We'll want a critter sensor in here as well. That could go here. We'll then want the knock gate. In this case, we're not actually adding more than one. So we probably don't need the knock gate, but I'm just going to put one in anyways. Just in case we want to expand it. We might expand it later. I don't think we will. So these are going to be connected up. We're going to have an AND gate here. Can I actually do this from memory now? Have we graduated from baby school? We could put a filter gate in here. That could go here. Where is this line going to lead? That's not very convenient with the auto sweeper there, is it? I could lead that round here. No, there's no way to fit a bridge here because of these 2 ports. So let's stick to plan A. We're going to have to think of an alternative solution to that. Now, what's that going to be? Possibly this. Just kind of gross. So we got 2 signals. One's going to go into this door, and one's going to go into a port. Again, we have the same situation here where we can't access that port. So that won't work either. Probably just here then, right? So that can go there, that can go there. And then I think what we'll do... Put that there. Then put a NOT gate. I'm not going to guarantee this is going to be super neat because I'm actually doing it from memory this time. Test myself. But it should work. And I can go down there and I can go in there. So, if... Right, let's actually just build it all and then hook up the critter sensors and then get it to work. So we want 8 Gildgos in here, so this should be above 7. Above 7 critters. I'm going to be so pleased if this actually works the first time. This needs to be set to below 1 critter. This needs to be set to above 1 critter. No, not 2. Does this one say 2? No, okay. They're connected, so this is going to select for if there is exactly 1 critter in here. And then you can build that signal, and then I think we should be done. Right, that's ready to open up. Let's drop the Gildgo baby in here. So that could be there, max as many as we can do. You are a baby, you're going to get wrangled. And then let's see what happens. What should happen is it should turn into an adult, climb down from here, enter this room. The door shuts behind it because there is 1 critter in this room. So this signal will turn red. And then this signal will flip green because there's not 7 guys in here. Above 7 guys in here at the moment. Then this door will open. And then it will close as the critter enters the door and leaves the room. Get him! Get him! He's ours. And the good thing is, these guys breed so quickly, you can absolutely just set up a proper Gildgo ranch off of a single guy. Now, I think everything is going to get dumped in here. So just dump everything in that, and then put a conveyor rail here. I'm going to be really pleased that this works out properly first time. Sulfur's down here. We need to feed the sulfur in here. Mercury in here is fine. I'm not going to worry too much about the rest of that stuff. We can put some other buildings in here as well. I'm not sure what we're actually going to put in there. We'll have a think. Don't worry about you. That's a lot of oxygen that's built up in here again. Bloody hell. We let so much oxygen out, and it's still building up in there so quickly. That does tend to happen, doesn't it? Right, we need the polluted water in here as well. So that actually needs... Oh, God. Messy, polluted water situation now. That's not what we wanted either, is it? Right. I think here's what we do. If you detect a liquid... Actually, you know what? Yeah, here we go. We're going to bring it all the way out over here. And then if you detect a liquid that isn't polluted water that we dump. So that's going to go here. It's too much liquid. Why am I doing this? I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm just going to plug it in. See what happens. You guys need a power wire as well. I don't want to fast forward too long because the Gildgo is going to turn into an adult soon. So let's do that. And then let's have a look at the Gildgo. Right, you are a baby. You are a tiny baby. True. I think this is basically everything we need in here for this to work. We'll want some more automation up here at some point, but that's okay. There's a load of Abyssite getting loaded into this. Well, that's kind of silly, but I'll allow it. This will get moved out of here eventually. Now, when are you going to turn into an adult? Pretty soon. Am I actually going to pay attention to this? Questionable. Let's have some Coca-Cola. In fact, you know what? Let's put it on speed 1, because it says you're 5 cycles old. And then let's have some Coca-Cola. Gildgos are very cute. I just wish they, I don't know. I just wish there was a higher resolution version of all the critter arts. But I'm trying to put it in thumbnails. It's not very convenient, because if you wanted to have it take up a large amount of the screen, it's just not going to be good resolution. And I don't want to do something like AI upscale it. That would just feel disrespectful. It would be really cool if Clay could just release some, I guess they do concept art for, like, their videos and things. I just need some high-quality rips off of those. That's what I need to do. We are literally babysitting at the moment, by the way. This is absolutely what's happening. The Gildgos, when they spawn as well, they spawn at 87.5 degrees C, and when they turn into adults, their temperature actually sets to 87.5 degrees C as well. So, that is going to bring the temperature of the room down a little bit, but not as much as you would fear. The main thing is, we need to heat these guys up as quickly as possible so that the mucin they produce starts to boil as quickly as possible. Am I actually just going to watch you this whole time? Oh, I've got a bonbon tree seed in here. How'd that work? What's the steam temperature like in here now? It's still good over here because we're injecting more heat via the metal refinery. That's good. It's overheating now. Oh, don't tell me. A door. Yeah, because there's no friggin' heat control on this because of the stupid gas. I hate it. Don't worry about it. At least the Bionic dupes don't really care about any of this. Although I'm sure quite a lot of the critters are dying up here because of that. It's not ideal. No, whatever. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, so the Gildgo's alive now. He's going to go for a wander. Liquids. We do want at least some liquid in here. So, probably want to empty this blob of mercury. Is there a little bucket of mercury in here that we can empty as well? That would be good. They like to wander. You don't want this moisture to go too far down. Does mercury count for this? I know naphtha counts. Sergeant Imminus as a mod that I find useful for exporting art from that game. Fair enough, fair enough. That's probably slightly too much mercury. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you need to actually climb over to the door. That is a slight issue with this plan. Gildgos are pretty slow, and if they start wandering the wrong direction, it could take a while for them to turn back. The main reason I want to have this whole bit be open up here is because when you have a large population of excess Gildgos, when you're feeding them all the Brackene from this, you need to make sure that they get in this room one at a time so you can drop them in if you want. And again, they breed quickly, so you do care about that. They will normally lay 2 eggs every 3 cycles when they're well fed. Oh, you excreted. Okay, that's fine. That's gonna boil. Oh, come on. You've gone the wrong way again. You formed a dirt tile because the mucin boiled into polluted water and slime, and then it's still slightly too hot in here. We're going to have to probably do a little bit of digging to start off with. Maybe I'm going to have to put some robo-miners in to start with while we're getting this up to pace. I think he will wander this way again. Is he really just going to tease us like this? I'm going to queue up another research to make sure the dupes aren't wasting their time. Now, is there another Gildgo? Actually, that is another question. There are Slogos up here. I could put one in the Fluxomatic. I don't think that really matters. My god, you have to just climb up here and go in here. You are doing that. That's good. Okay. I'm just going to put you in this room because we need to get you breeding and fast. And I don't want you to keep umming and ahhing. You should wander in here. But, oh, you've entombed yourself. That's funny. Right, okay. That's not exactly what I wanted to do, but that's fine. Right, so now this door's shut. This door is going to open 5 seconds later. And then that door's going to open, and then the Gildgo is going to wander into here. Quite slowly, I guess. And then he's going to get dropped into the room, and then he's going to climb over and start doing stuff. The moisture is not going up when he's in the mercury. Oh, yeah. The liquid has to be thick enough. The liquid has to be thick enough for it to count. So we need to get some naphtha in here stats. That was why I did the naphtha. Yeah. Because if it's not thick enough, it won't count. Right. So that is a lot of naphtha. Probably doesn't need to be all of this, but I'm going to put it all in here anyways. Because I don't want to risk it. Right. So relocate that here. Put that there. And we've got to do this pronto before you die. Oh, that's not good. I should have remembered that sooner. Why have we got nectar in here? What? Yang. You have to do this now. Oh, this is a bad idea. If we kill our one Gildgo doing this, I'm going to be very sad. I think it should be alright. We've got the fire pole. Can use the Crypto Fluxomatic in an emergency, but I'd really prefer not to. How are you doing? 13%. Oh, look, he's having a scritch. That's cute. They move faster when they're going up this friggin' thing. Maybe we should just make the whole thing lined with felt. You know, to 10% moisture. Where's Yang? Yang's here. That's good. Okay, I think this should be fine. I will probably need to... Oh, yeah, you need to empty this. Empty. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Ugh. Right. Thankfully, there's tricks I can do with this. Right. Cancel. And then empty that. Yang will now do this task. Good. That was actually necessary. Right, and now your moisture should start going up again. When, oh god. Your moisture will start... You're scalding? Oh, the naphtha was hot. Okay. That's not ideal. Oh god. Okay, hold on. The naphtha's too high up. The Gildgo's not getting it here because it's too high up. Oh my god. Right. I think that will work. There is now naphtha on the floor. Okay, there's now naphtha on the floor. The moisture's going back up. That was the most important thing. You're still scalding. I think we need more temperature plates in here, then. All the material has been moved out of here, though. I'm going to have to reset these door permissions, aren't I? Yeah, naphtha is a pretty bad conductor, so I actually need a temperature plate in here quickly. That's not going to happen quickly, is it? Oh, this should cool down. I'm going to stop worrying. Yeah, he's okay now. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if we did that? Right, okay. Now we need to groom you. So that's the next step. So... we do have a dupe. It's Highboard Jace. And Highboard Jace does have branching priority. So that should happen. Okay. Oh my god. Right, okay. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to sweep up this. We're going to have to... well, the mercury in here doesn't matter. The other good thing about naphtha is we can... It's pretty viscous, so it'll stay on these tiles pretty well. And so long as it doesn't get above 128 degrees in here, we shouldn't get the dirt tiles forming from the slime. And the slime shouldn't off-gas. So I think this will be okay. But you do need to do this and get this guy tamed pretty quickly. Now, I also want to get the Brackene in here. And I'll start loading the Sulfur in a minute once this guy's ready. Oh, there we go. Okay. The money shot... it's not that much of a money shot today, but... well, actually, you know what? This is going to happen a lot. I need to put a power wire on this as well. We're going to keep going for a little while today as well, so I'm not in any rush to do the thumbnail. Right, this should stay clear for a while. So I think we'll be good on that. You need the liquid. The liquid is hot, so this should get to temperature properly. I might actually want to put in an insulated tile here to keep it at the right temperature. A little blob of liquid. That could be... well, I'm just going to make this out of igneous rock. We got igneous rock here for a change, so that's nice. Probably just like that. That water's not going to go anywhere. There's abyssalite here as well, so I feel like in theory that should be alright. I will get this liquid to run on a loop. Let's do that. So that will go here. And then we'll prioritize running it on the loop like that. And then we'll cut this off. So go ahead and do that as well. This is going to get swept. Gas pipe. Why? The gas vent not working anymore or something? Just gonna make this insulated pipe for now. I know this is not very convenient, but I'm just going to do it. The gas pressure is decreasing in here. That's good. We'll get that fixed at some point. But we have over 300 tallow gear balm. It's done the job. Can I be really honest? It's done the job. Right. So we want the Pincha Peppers to go in here. We want the regular water to go in there, which it should. That pipe has been built. Oh. That's the wrong inlet. Oh, this... Oh, that's the exit. Oh, God. Okay, we don't need that pipe. We don't need the pipe. Get rid of it. Right, that's the Brackene pipe. So that needs to go in here. So that needs to go... Brackene boils at like 83 degrees C. So actually, you know what? Don't worry about that. That needs to go down here. I think I'll just do it like this. You can run through the insulated tile. And then insulate this. Make that out of basalt. Get that down here. And get that running again through the insulated tile, I think. And then have that go up there. This is going to fill up pretty quickly once you actually get groomed. You've been groomed, so your wildness is going to start to decrease. Over the next 2 cycles, that should be good. Yeah, so just go ahead and keep doing that. I'll speed it up now. We'll get this going. That should happen pretty quickly. Oh, it feels good. I think we're actually doing this. Oh, you've got some water in here. Good thing we got a load of mesh tiles then. Yeah, and then we can keep making more stuff. There's also more polluted water here. I should actually just, for real, just dig this out and let this out here. No. Don't do that yet. We'll dig this out for now, but I won't let it out all this way until we're ready to move on. And look, we've got the little kelp holes. Aren't they cute? It's 9:30 and it's dark now. I forgot. It's August. Fair enough. Right, let's go. Another Bionic dupe. Don't want a late bloomer. Let's do the 3rd intercept. Intercept charge. Can we actually do another thing? Do we have enough data banks? We do. What's the next one that we want? The next one that we want. What do we have that we need more of? That we can't grow here at the moment. I don't know. I'm going to leave that for now. I'll leave it until we need to do another print. Another actual print. Yeah, this is good. So you're getting your moisture back now through the pool of naphtha. Your wildness is going down. Your reproduction is going up. Keep building on that pipe. I think we will build a liquid reservoir in here just to be nice and convenient. And we'll fill this with the Brackene, and then we will let it in a loop. I think that is the best way to do this. So that can go in there, that can go up here. That can go down here, and then that can recirculate. So we wanted to prioritize recirculating Brackene over feeding in new Brackene. So that could go like this. That should work. Yeah, go ahead and build all of that. We're taunting the glow squids with all the sulfur for the tubulars. That's what's happening. Yeah, you can build all that pipe pretty easily. That's good. We can put whatever we want up here. I don't think whatever we put up here actually matters too much. We just need to let some naphtha out as well. So we have got a little blob of naphtha. That's not a lot of naphtha. We need more naphtha than that. We need a big bottle. Oh. Oh, you all trapped yourselves. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so dig that. Oh, there's some more fertilizer. Good for you. Brackene can wait for a little bit. I guess the Brackene can wait for 2 cycles, but you're not going to make any Brackene anyways, are you? Is there anything else we can actually put in here for Brackene at the moment? We don't have any sleep wheats available. We don't have any nosh beans available. Are there random nosh beans on the map? I don't think there are. There's not a lot of rust biome. We've kind of devastated it ourselves. Yeah, it's just getting too hot in there. This carbon dioxide isn't quite cold enough either. I would love if there was just a smidge. But I don't think there is. Sometimes they're buried in the rust biome. We don't need the nosh... Well, we could use the seeds. Not sure I really want to. You're looking for food, that's alright. I don't care about that at the moment. We've got that ready to go whenever we feel like it. Can I just get you to do this? While you're here. Right, and then we can start feeding this. We'll see the polluted water go up here and start recirculating. This is nice, warm, polluted water. So this should keep the plant nice and sorted out. Let's make these priority 9 just for now. Oh. Yeah, there you go. And then priority 9 this. No, not that. Well, yes. Priority 9 this as well. You know, the usual. This is going to take 4 cycles to grow. Each growth, let's see, let's just double check. Each growth gives you 4 Pincha Pepper nuts. What? Yeah. Oh, right. 500 grams per cycle. Yeah. And you need 3,000 grams to make 1 batch of 20 kilograms of Brackene. That lasts for 4 cycles. So you need 750 grams per cycle, which is the equivalent of 1.5 plants or 0.75 fertilized plants. So the amount of guys we have in here with the fertilizer should definitely be enough for the Brackene consumption of 8 Gildgos. Hello, Box Fox Mill. So are the dupes all in ammo suits or is the way around it? They're all in ammo suits. Because they're bionic dupes and they breathe in oxygen from the environment anyways, or through canisters. So there really isn't an issue just actually putting them in suits for the rest of the game. If they do degrade in quality, or they do degrade in durability to 0%, but they never actually break unless they take them off. We only take them off if they soil their suits with gunk, because we haven't been storing the gunk properly. We are storing the gunk, it's still building up. We do actually need to work on a gunk boiler at some point, but I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. Frankly, I'm beginning to think maybe we should just freeze it and store it for later. That feels reasonable to me. We have 9.6 tons of plastic. I think this is the point where we should start just making plastic tiles for everything, right? Surely? Why wouldn't we? The run speed is relevant. I don't think we care about the mucin in here, so that's fine. We do care about the liquids in that one, so sort that out. That will do to start with. And then, I guess, keep doing these. Put the gunk in an infinite storage. Yeah, we should do that. That's the actual answer. We should put it in an infinite storage. It's not really going to harm anyone in one of those. I guess the question is where. That's definitely the next thing we're going to do once we're happy with the Gildgo situation. Let's go get some more naphtha as well. So where was the rest of it? It was in here. That's a good amount of naphtha. So we'll go ahead and put that. Let's just go ahead and put it here. Because that way we can have it spread out over a reasonable area so they can get their moisture fix, but it's also they're also going to have plenty of room to excrete mucin normally. The thing is, when they're in liquids, they only excrete 15 kilograms of mucin per cycle each. But when they're not in liquids, they excrete 30 kilograms per cycle. So we want to make sure they're not always in liquid, but they have liquids available. We also want to make sure there's enough liquid tiles in here that they're not going to get sorted out. So I think we actually want to sweep it up here as well, just to maximize the amount we're getting from our breeders. That should be fine. 3 tiles should be plenty of coverage. They're just very slow. That probably didn't need to be a yellow alert now that I think about it. Oh well. I'm gonna grab some more plastic. We can make some more plastic tiles. That's nice. Good that we've been handling all the polluted brine. You are pretty close to... Oh, you need to get groomed again. Right, well that is on Highborn Jace's list of errands. Plant is growing. It's okay. Right, I think we're at the point where Highborn Jace is going to get promoted from builder rancher guy to a mix of farming and ranching. So let's go ahead and make... Let's see. They are the advanced ones. So we're going to make 2 more crop tending boosters and 2 more ranching boosters. Let's make it 3 crop tending boosters. Because we've got 5 booster slots here we can remove. Let's see how that goes. Gas situation here is a lot better now. That's good. Okay. We're nearly done on that situation. This is filled up with a load of ethanol, which I didn't really want. We do have more ethanol we can dump in that room, so that's good. The temperature of my magma spike seems to be cooling fast, and I thought, is there a potential for it to solidify into igneous rock? It's from the magma core. Yes, it will do that if it's at sufficient mass per tile and it gets cold enough. That might not necessarily be a problem, depending on what you're trying to do. Yeah, body temperature high. That is expected. That is actually fine. Right, we got the naphtha on this tile, we got the naphtha on that tile. That is correct. So you are going to get a debuff to happiness from that, but the Brackene and the cozy combo, the critter combo, and the grooming is going to make up for that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. They are going to have the high body temperature in here, though. So once you start going, you're going to lay 2 eggs every 3 cycles. And if we actually get the Brackene in here, that's going to work out as well. What else do we want to do while we're waiting for the Brackene? We could do more research again. Let's keep doing that. But yeah, just get everything done. That's fine. Is there anything else I want to do in the meantime? Is there a solution for it to not solidify? If the magma is on the map, probably not, because it's a finite amount of heat. Eventually, it's going to solidify into either tiles or debris. You probably want it to solidify into debris, so you're not having to mine the tiles and lose half the mass. If it's from the magma core, if it's not actively being filled with a volcano, then that's going to be your issue. If you're using it for a petroleum boiler, what I would recommend in that case, if you're using it for a petroleum boiler, and it's got volcanoes, find a way to condense the magma into igneous rock first, then run the igneous rock on a counterflow through something to heat it up, and then use that to heat up your petroleum. That's the concept, but I can't really help you any more than that. Yeah, I guess I'm just waiting for this guy to sort himself out now. Yeah, he's losing wildness pretty quickly, so that should happen pretty soon. Now, these guys eat 100 kilograms of sulfur per cycle. So I think if we fill this up with 100 kilograms, that's a good start. And then let's set it to sulfur. So what should happen is this will fill up with 100 kilograms of sulfur. That's going to heat up somewhat quickly. Not super quickly, because sulfur is not very conductive. And it's in the steam, which is not superconductive as well. Are you actually hungry now? Yeah, you're getting there. You gonna eat? Yeah, he's eating now. That's good. Okay. Now you're pooping obsidian. You made some mucin. That's good. Now you're filled up with a bit more sulfur. I did this on the YouTube video, and it didn't melt. As the temperature increases, the conductivity decreases. The question is, do we have to put more sulfur in here to start with until the Gildgos actually get to breeding and sorting themselves out? But yeah, now he's well fed, he's going to lay the eggs pretty quickly. So that's good. The next step is definitely the Brackene. We're going to get some more of that. Oh, come on. Are you not actually going to do this? Who's going to tend this then? It's not too high up to tend, is it? Where is Highborn Jace? Oh, you are on the way to do this. Let's make this priority 8. There's micronutrient fertilizer on the floor. You should not be leaving the plant alone. I'll put it that way. There you go. Good. I'm an iron bot, but it's a bit light in here, but I don't really have the space. I think this will be alright. You don't eat 100 kilograms at a time. Temperature is increasing more slowly. I guess we'll find out because we'll get a little pool of liquid sulfur in here, right? He's having a scritch again. That's good. Friday 8. Blasphemy. Blasphemy! I know, right? You need to remove the conduction panels now? That would be a potentially good idea for this one, at least. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure that has a huge effect on the debris. I think it's just because we have a lower amount in here. Yeah, that didn't make a difference, but that's okay. I don't really want the temperature panels in this area anyways. But yeah, you're going to eat again now. You're going to get filled with more cold sulfur. But I don't know. Maybe I do have to fill this up with more and have it cool a bit more slowly. Well, if we melt some sulfur, it's not the end of the world, but I'm going to have to sweep up a little bit. The important thing is the slime isn't turning into tiles. It's in here. It's not overpressurizing. If the room gets too hot, then we get tiles. Now, when this erupts, the steam is definitely going to get hotter. So, at that point, I think I'm going to have to start insulating this. In fact, I might insulate this now, and then what I might do is I might just make it so the steam pressure builds up in here. This is definitely enough steam for what we're doing. The rest of it can stay in this room. And that's okay as well, because we can get in this way. I think that's actually completely fine. Right, yeah. It won't conduct enough heat through that mercury to make a difference. You're disassociative. That's a good one. Let's print Eduardo. So Eduardo has electrical engineering. You could be a builder. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give you the swim hack booster right away. And then let's give you an atmo suit right away because we actually prepared. And we're even going to give you a pink unitard right away. And you're going to prioritize building. And then Highborn Jace is not going to have building priority anymore. Then I'm going to start swapping out Highborn Jace's construction boosters for ranching boosters and crop tending boosters. There you go. Cool. Okay, I think we're just going to keep going, because I just want to make sure that this guy is going to be breeding properly and that nothing in here is immediately going to break. It looks good at the moment. We're getting the obsidian out. That's going to be really good for building more stuff in the future. Yeah, we definitely shouldn't get any more steam appearing here. This is going to activate in 19 cycles again. That's completely fine for me. And then the steam from all the mucin should start building up in here. And then... So, the reason to keep this connected is to run the steam through this to get the water out.
Thanks for the raid.
Hello, Redneck. Hope you're doing well. I'm just pondering Gildgos at the moment. Let me give you a shout out. What have you been up to today? I'm on holiday and I'm celebrating by doing the same thing I always do. Hope you'll do well, sweet curry. Yeah, Gildgos on the Aquatic Planet Pack. We've got them in a big room full of steam. We geotuned our polluted brine vent to get a load of steam. This guy is happily munching away as some sulfur. We're drip feeding into this critter feeder, and hopefully it's going to melt everywhere. And then he's actually dipping himself in some naphtha to get some moisturizing done. And then he's going to lay a lot of Gildgo eggs, and we're going to get them up here. And he's going to give us some Gildgo Molts because he's happy too. That's nice. I will actually put a rock crusher in here because we're refining the gold down here. So this seems sensible. Wait, you can get a glass back wall. I forgot you can get a glass back wall. That's funny. Right, let's put the rock crusher in here as well. So, refinement. That can go in here. But yeah, we're doing all Bionic duplicates on the Aquatic Planet Pack. And we're seeing what the pros and cons are. And so far, it's pretty good. I'm going to put the teeth in here. I think that seems reasonable. Let's put a steel lamp in here as well. I think this should be fine because we can fit an auto sweeper here. And then we can fit another auto sweeper somewhere else if we want to later on. I'm going to worry about that for now. Setting up geotuning biobots on Wild Sleepweed Farm an average only day. Oh no, broke a hydrogen tamer because the wrong material used. Yeah, I broke my biodiesel generator. Well, not the generator, but the melter. The tallow melter. I broke that again because we accidentally boiled some of the biodiesel. It got everywhere because it turned into the carbon dioxide. That was not helpful. I think it's almost just about done. I want to make sure that we definitely get that fixed today, no matter what. Yeah, you're laying eggs pretty quickly now. You're about to lay one. Yeah, you did just lay an egg. That's good. So we got our replacement. We're out of the crisis now. That is good. You need a lamp for the grooming station. No, because the lamp for the grooming station is actually a fixed duration errand. Triple Queen! Hello. Wow, we got the double raid. We got the double raid. That's actually crazy. What have you been up to? I'm sorry I haven't been watching recently. I have not had a lot of time at all to watch people playing games. And any time I have had to watch people playing games, I've been watching people speedrun Stardew Valley. That's what I've been doing. But I hope you're doing well. How are you? How's your run going? Are you playing Oxygen Not Included at the moment? I think you are. We're ranching some Gildgos. Or rather, at the moment, we're ranching a Gildgo. And we actually built our dropper from memory this time, so that's nice. But, essentially, these guys, they eat sulfur, which is in here. They convert it into obsidian, building material. Their shells, you could rock crush them into gold amalgam. So it's renewable gold amalgam, which is really nice. No, that's not what I want. I want this one. Yeah, and then we'll put a conveyor, an auto super in here, and we're going to shuffle that out and send that somewhere else. This is going to have to bridge over that. That's fine. Let's put that there. And remove this. You're on Satisfactory Project Zomboid hooked up at the moment? Nice. Yeah, no, I'm good. We're on holiday. And I'm celebrating by doing the same stuff we always do. I'm just telling Redneck this. But yeah, it's an all Bionics run on this asteroid, and I think it is going pretty well overall. Now, conveyor loader. Let's get the stuff out of here. Let's get the gold amalgam out of here, and then I'm probably just gonna dump it here on top of Minnow, maybe. That sounds good. So that could go up and around. We can put a conveyor bridge through here. That can come down here without any issues, I think. And then I'll put a thing there, a chute here. And then, what's the tile of interest for this again? It's this one. Then I can put an auto sweeper here. And that can reach that. That doesn't need to be steel. That can be gold. I think. That should be good. Spaghetti. Yeah, there is spaghetti. There's plenty of spaghetti for everyone. Don't worry. Yeah, that can go there. That's fine. But yeah, basically, we're going to be breeding a load of Gildgos. This is going to give us a load of Mucin because all of the excess, starving, miserable Gildgos are going to run up here and poop out Mucin for us constantly. We did a YouTube video on this a while ago. In fact, let me actually link the specific video in chat. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Is it worth putting an automatic door to inject heat into the ranch when necessary? Yeah, I'm going to think about that. That was an absurd level of disrespect to Minnow. I know, right? Yeah, we have thoroughly entombed Minnow for no good reason, but I thought it was very funny. Wow, we're all running out of power on this? Is this because of... I think we're actually just running out of power. Yeah. Oh, you'll erupt again in a minute. That's fine. I should probably actually set up some hydrogen generators. That would be a good idea. We could do that now. That shouldn't be too tricky, right? It doesn't need to be a huge amount. Just a couple of them. Let's just do that. So, tiles. That could just go, I don't know, here for now. This does not need to be that precise. Hydrogen generators. Let's make these out. Well, this is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's going to plug into this. Is it going to plug into this spine? Where am I going to plug it into? Do I have another power producers one? I do. It's over here. So let's put this conductive wire up. We can reach these bits, I think. So that could go in here. That could just go like that, I guess. What is wrong with this wire? Is that the wrong wire type? Oh, that's the power. Oh, that's the power shutoff. Okay. That one was definitely something I actually wanted to do. Right. Let's put a bridge here. Cut this off. Put a bridge here. That's a lovely spine. Yeah, the fact that the large power transformers give you a viable for 4 kilowatts now means it takes up so much less space to hook up your transformers to your power grid. This is a full heavy watt wire. 20 kilowatts. Producers and consumers all hooked up. Our average power production consumption is somewhere in the region of 5 megajoules per day. So we're getting about 50% utilization on this. So that's nice. But yeah, the Gildgo is going to give us a load of steam. We do definitely actually want to get the steam from here into here at some point. I think... Let's see. Automatic door to inject heat. Good think about it. This will be the main heat source. What I would need to do is I would need to make a vacuum bit. I would need to make a series of doors with a vacuum in between so we can inject the heat as we want. That would take up some space. I could probably put that in here if I insulated it properly. And then that would keep boiling this in a controlled way. Because when we did this build on the YouTube video, we did it with liquid tepidizers that were running in turbo mode in pools of liquid sulfur. Which I don't really want to do. This sulfur is also currently still fine, which is good. This room is hot enough to melt sulfur, but the sulfur isn't actually conductive enough for that to happen, so that's good for us. Right, can we empty this naphtha here as well, so that the Gildgos have somewhere to go? The Gildgos have somewhere to Gildgo and get moisturized. Moisturize me! Yeah, this is good. So you're actually going to make some gold amalgam now, and then we can get that hooked up and sent over. Let's speed it up again. If we were going to do that, we would have to get in here, which is fine. I would start digging out all this stuff, I think. And then we would have a further play around with that. Doctor Who reference. Yes! Exactly. We've got some regular water down here. That's not good. So, I think what we would do is we would put some metal tiles here. Would I have it go all the way over here? Maybe I would. And this is stuff for the dupes to do anyways, isn't it? Just keep digging out all this. There will be a little bit of heat leak in here naturally, but I wouldn't expect it to be a lot. I just have to make sure that the slime isn't cooking into dirt tiles. So no matter what, the room has to be below 128 degrees. There is room for us to put a thermosensor here, which would be convenient for us. So let's do that. Put the door in sideways. Can you replace the airflow tiles on the bottom right with solid? Put the door connecting them. Yes, we can do something to that effect. Definitely. Yeah, let's actually do that. Let's make those metal tiles. I think the gold will do. So the steam turbine output is going here as well. If I'm transferring heat over from this, I should probably dump this somewhere else. Now, unfortunately, I've taken up every single tile of space up here with stupid pipes and buildings. So that's not really going to happen. And this room is overpressurizing with steam anyway, so I don't think we're going to have a choice on that. That probably shouldn't matter. Once this starts erupting. This is still going to be very hot. Right, you've actually dug this all out. That's good. So, what is this actually going to look like? If we're going to do that, let's actually properly seal this. So, we're going to build a mechanized airlock. That's going to be... That could be made out of anything, really. Let's make it out of galena. You know what? Let's just make it out of zinc. We have loads of zinc. That's going to go up here. I could make these metal tiles as well. That's probably fine. And then this would be insulated. This would be insulated. We would need a power wire on this. Let's see. That could just go down there. That's okay. Then we need the automation, so if this room is below, let's say 125, then we sort that out. Open the door if it's above 125. That's true, actually, that's what we want to do. Set this to above 125. Not 100% sure how effective this is going to be, especially because this is the area where the Gildgos are going to be spawning all the Mucin. It's a start. It's certainly worth experimenting with. So you can reach that. Oh, I need to make this out of steel so it's conductive. That's what I should be doing. My bad. The gold tiles. How conductive is the gold again? Gold's pretty conductive. It's good enough for me. So that's gonna have to be gold as well. Then that could just go here. So I guess just build that to start with. And that can come in here. Yeah, you could reach all of that. I'm going to lower the priority on this bit to 8 so that it actually gets built. Is anything else getting built at the moment? No. Okay. This is empty again, which is a huge relief. We need to get tallow out of here. So that is... tallow. Liquefiable. I should remember that. And then we need some ethanol in here again. So we have bottles of ethanol. I don't have a lot, do I? God. Do I have any big bottles of ethanol? Probably not. No. We need so much ethanol in here. Something we can cool down. Actually, I don't want ethanol in here. I want crude oil. Actually, I want naphtha in here. Naphtha would work. Naphtha wouldn't boil. Naphtha's my friend. That will do. 100 kilograms of naphtha will do. It's not very conductive, but at this point, I'm past caring. I just need it to not boil. So I put that in here, and then we'll empty that. And then that should be good enough. You could put an insulated tile above it, yeah. The thing is, I think I need to be injecting the heat into this area. What I might do is I might... Oh, you know what I am going to do? This is for Brackene production, but obviously that's not running yet. Is that pipe... Is this actually growing yet? We are growing these. That's good. Did you make any Brackene? I think you have been making Brackene. Did it actually go in the fountain? It might have. You do not look like you've done something suspicious. Do we have a load of extra eggs? Not really. What temp do I want the Gildgo area to be? I want it to be 125 degrees, no matter what. That's what I want. Because once we have a load of them breeding, they're going to be producing so much mucin. The hotter they get, the hotter the mucin will be. But they spawn at 87.5 degrees C. So we need to conduct them up to temperature right away. And until they are at that temperature, the mucin is going to be quite a bit colder. So we do need to inject a fair bit of heat into the setup. And injecting it at the bottom is a start. But yeah, if we let all of this in, then it's going to get too hot in here. And then it's going to actually cook into... It's going to cook into friggin' dirt tiles with the slime. Whenever they excrete, which is not what we want at all. Right. Let's seal that in. I can start replacing these with metal tiles. You're hooked up because we want you to dump heat in at the moment. This won't get below 125 degrees C because this is set up on a closed loop. And we're going to be injecting heat in from the metal refinery. I was wondering why not move the door up 2 blocks and let the heat conduct end to end. I don't want to let the steam in here. I don't think. I don't know. I think I'm going to think about this more at a later time. I just want to get to the point where we can start doing it. The Gildgo eggs hatch after 5 cycles as well, so this should be pretty good. This should start doing its thing pretty quickly. So I guess I'll put another few metal tiles in here now. Actually, you know what? I'll do this. We'll see how that goes. But, I should not be dumping the 95 degrees C water on this. That should be dumping into the other bit. But I just need to... I would have to change where all of this pipework is going to do that. And I would need to make sure there's still liquid here. That will probably happen at some point. Let's put the liquid reservoirs in here. Because I know we're going to want to store up more gunk in the meantime. There we go. What about using a gas pump to move the hot steam? I am never using a gas pump to move hot steam. Unless I need it in a pipe. Gas pumps are so inefficient power-wise. The solution is to run the metal refinery pipe through this room. To generate more heat. And then I can move this gunk pipe out of here, and I can dump the water at this end. That's what I actually need to do. But that's going to take some time, and I'm not necessarily fussed about getting that sorted out today. What I do want to make sure is sorted out today is that we're actually making the Brackene. I'm still a little bit skeptical about the Brackene. And I will be... Oh, look, he says he's hydrated. Okay, he's hydrated now, but he hasn't been groomed. Well, that's no good. He's gonna get groomed and hydrated. Okay, Hyper Jace, you can get your last crop tending booster. So that means you shouldn't have to do as much crop tending, right? So I mentioned putting another metal block on the right of the door. here? I don't get it. Sorry, I'm just not taking it in at the moment. It's not your fault. I'm just not taking it in. I'll probably retroactively realize what to do next time. I'll take another 3 tons of fertilizer. That sounds good. Honestly, you get so much from the printing pod, you barely need to make it yourself. It's kind of stupid. You just gotta... It's literally just a lottery. But what are your other tasks? Oh, you're on downtime. Okay, that's fair enough. The next stream is going to be on Friday, so I'll have time to think about this then. Only reason I make fertilizer is when I need nat gas to cook on a planet without mental farters. Yeah, that's kind of true. I just want you to come in here and groom. I think we actually might want 2 ranchers and farmers. I know they're not going to have a lot to do, but I just suspect that if we don't, then there's going to be schedule conflicts. So I'm going to make 3 more crop tending boosters and 4 more ranching boosters. Fertilizer super OP. We'll just set a gas loop up so the same steam rotates from the steam room, it heats up and then goes into the Gildgo room, dump its heat and back around. Yeah, that's a good answer as well. Literally just a conveyor pipe of gas running through here can be quite efficient as well. In any case, I think whatever I do, I'm going to need to wait for the Gildgo population to increase before I make any concrete decisions. The good news is we have plenty of eggs, and you are actually groomed and hydrated at the moment. So your reproduction progress is going crazy. We got 142% per cycle. You're always going to get the -1 penalty from body temperature high in a situation like this, but you will get enough eggs that's not going to matter. So it's good. Consider combine putting a metal block next to the water output and move the door up. Food block. So put the door here, insulate it, so the vacuum forms here, and then putting the metal block here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then we don't have this big protrusion down here, and it does the same thing. I see what you mean. We can do that. So that would be that. Are they drinking ink or Brackene? They're drinking Brackene. We're actually making Brackene now. It's looping into the critter fountain, and when it's in the critter fountain, crucially, it does not change temperature. So, it's all good. We got some insulated pipes here, wherever the Brackene's going. And we definitely have enough Pincha Peppers in here once we get the seeds going. This will be enough for all the Gildgos. We skipped Squid Ink. Squid Ink is fine, but Brackene is where the real money is, and we can actually make it, so why not? We don't need a large quantity of it either this time. Right. So let's put this here. This is what you meant, isn't it? And then I can automate that as well, which it is going to do as well. And then I can seal this, and then we're good. I need to put a wire in as well, I think. No, that's actually good too. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. How much worse is the ink? So the Brackene gives +5 happiness. The Squid Ink gives +3. So it's still pretty good. Essentially, it's... you're losing 4.5 times the wild base reproduction rate when you feed them Squid Ink instead of Brackene. So it would be about 100% extra per cycle instead of 135% extra. So, realistically, you'd probably be losing somewhere to about 20% of the extra mucin production from your excess Gildgos, if you're doing it with Squid Ink. That being said, it's still high enough that it's absolutely fine. Squid Ink also boils in these conditions, by the way, so just be aware of that. This hasn't melted yet. I'm pretty pleased as well. Okay, well, this has gone really well tonight, actually, I must say. I think there's more polishing that we're going to do. Yeah, it is kind of noticeable, which is why I do tell people, like, you should probably just do the Brackene as soon as you can. It's very convenient getting it from the squids, because you can feed them their own ink to get the bonuses. But it's never going to be peak ranching. You can actually boil the squid ink into mucin as well. 90% mucin, 10% refined carbon. The refined carbon's nice, and the mucin can be used to make more Brackene, so that's funny. But obviously it's nowhere near as much mucin as Gildgos, because each breeder is producing between 15 and 30 kilograms of mucin. But the excess guys, if you've got all the Brackene going, that can get up to 10 kilograms per second of mucin. It's kind of ridiculous, because you'll have so many excess Gildgos running around up here. That's the whole point of what we're doing. But then... right, so... we need to let the steam back into this room so we can export it. So we need to do that. We need to do that when the temperature in here is low. Oh, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean now. So we can have one... so we can have a door that controls the steam flow. If the temperature in here is low enough, we let the steam out of here and into here to pump it up. And then if it is too hot, then we can open a different door to transfer the heat. And then we do the gas pipe. I think I'm going to have a closer look at that once we've got the Gildgo population up. There's probably some other stuff to do first. Oh, before we finish, let's actually do the hydrogen stuff. This obviously isn't running yet. Oh, wow, we micro-tuned all of this? Really? I don't think I wanted to do that. Not at the moment, anyways. Let's get this hooked up, at least. So that's hydrogen. That's going to go... just down here, I guess. That's all going to be automated based on... yeah, that's all going to be automated based on this smart battery here. So that could just go over here and around and then in here. Okay, yeah, build all that and then we can start running this. I guess build the gas pipe afterwards. We have so much hydrogen here. If we're ever running out of power, that's what we should be doing. So there's no reason not to do that. Hydrogen is extremely clean. Then let's get this done on Priority 9 and we can get the thumbnail shot and then we can go. With the new setup, you can make the room look a bit cleaner. You can remove the bit that sticks out below. Yeah, we can remove this bit now. So let's do that now. Let's build those tiles. And then, well, you can build those tiles. That tile is going to change. I don't want to lose a load of heat from this. You can't build that tile at the moment. They'll come down here and build this soon enough. So we'll use... I think the long-term plan is we're going to use this door to let the extra steam in. But I just want to bear in mind, we are going to have extra steam in here as well sometimes. But that's fine. That's always going to be in here. This is our renewable refined metal as well, by the way. So we can keep making gold for our Bleach Stone Hoppers. That's also why we're doing this. There are lots of good reasons to ranch Gildgos, and I'm glad we're finally doing it on Twitch. Right, you built that, so that's good. Once you build this one, I think I'll just remove everything else, and then we can do the last one. Yeah, do that. Looking forward to the YouTube video on them. Oh, we did a YouTube video on Gildgos. There it is. Yeah. We heated them up with liquid tapidizers, though, and not the polluted brine vent. It's pretty interesting combining these together. It's a pretty... I think it's a pretty good plan. We accidentally put some polluted brine in here. Maybe. I don't know. But you're going to need to do that pretty quickly, because it's going to start boiling stuff, I think. Oh, wow, okay. Good. How many guys we got in here now? We got 5 eggs. That's good. Yeah, this is good. You can actually see the reproduction progress ticking up all the time. The funny thing is, these guys breed so quickly, sometimes they just stay at 100% reproduction for a while because they're busy doing something else. The mythical Gildgo ranch is real. Yeah, it is. We got the rock crusher here too. We got to get a shot of someone doing the rock crushing. I think I will put that on priority 9. That's alright. Eggshells. Oh, look, we got the baby! We got the first baby. Good. And you all saw the dropper work earlier, so that's good as well. And again, because they move so slowly, we can have them run over this large area. Just dump all of their mucin all over the place. Get all the steam, get all the slime. This is going to give us a lot of slime as well. What do we want to do with the slime? I always forget about this. This gives you literally tons of slime. So we can... let's see, we can make Phyto Oil out of it. I mean, we're doing the tallow gear balm, so there's no real need to do that. We get algae and polluted water out of it. Dust caps, probably not super good. Oak shells. I think we may have to do some oak shells. We haven't done oak shells yet. Yeah, more biodiesel production with the emulsifier, with the Phyto Oil. And we do have loads of bleach stone. That's true. We have loads of bleach stone production, and now we have loads of slime production. So we just have loads of biodiesel production, right? We can just make a biodiesel rocket and style over everyone. Yeah, that's definitely what we should do. Okay. Good. So that's going to be gold amalgam. That's definitely a good plan, because the biodiesel rocket will take us far. We were just about ready to do that on the series run as well, which we are going to pick up at some point as well. I'll print the pearl. This is fine. Oh, we've got the Drecos ready now. That's good. We are going to go back to series at some point, but honestly, this run is going so well. I might wait a little bit before we do that. Right, you're actually running now. You're hooked up to the spine. That's good. Okay. That's more power production, right? We're not wasting any power at the moment, are we? Oh, there was a little bit because of getting everything built properly, but that seems to be fine now. How much power is going into this wire? Yeah, it's literally 4 kilowatts. Oh. Yeah, oh, some of this is being wasted because of the wire and the transformer. True, okay. Tallow melting seems to have a limit. Well, yeah, it's not the fastest. The reason we did it is because it's something you can do really early. Now let's empty this and we'll get this actually working again. This has cooled down a bit now as well. So we can set this back to 175. Empty this. What do we do? Yeah. The seals are all gone. We melted all the seals. And now we're going to melt some more tallow gear balm as well to get some more biodiesel again. Let's dump that back in here. Just very quickly, just a little bit. We don't want this to be too much. That'll do, I think. Naphtha will cool down. This will need to start running again. We need to fill this with coolant. What? Oh, that's right. We had ethanol coolant and it burst in the pipe. Did it? I think I still want this to be ethanol coolant. Okay. That could be ethanol then. Well, that will do for now. But that's obviously not going to be... Oh, right. The heat... Oh, it's too hot. The metal tile is too hot. Okay. Oh, God. Now it's coming out again. Right, so don't dump more ethanol in here. Yeah. This sounds like a problem for another ice temp shift plate. That will melt. Although, let's do that once we pump the ethanol gas out again. Got nectar. No, we don't have nectar. I should prioritize getting nectar online. We haven't. Will eventually. Yeah, our Gildgo situation is good now. You just need to actually build these things. That is on the list of things to do. But please do actually do it. The problem solving with ice temperature plates, yeah. It's not great. I think we should just put some crude oil in here. Do we actually have crude oil? We're not making a lot of crude oil though, that's the issue. Gunk? Is gunk the solution? Heat capacity 1.2? That's not good. That's interesting. I'm going to ignore that. Are you actually going to come in here and build this? I'm just going to yellow... Am I just going to yellow alert this now? Did we disable access in here except for a few specific people? I don't think we did. I am officially going to yellow alert it now. We're just going to do the thumbnail. Using a tepid ice to melt tallow, and it's currently the bottleneck, yeah. Super coolant, nectar, everything else, I don't know. Yeah. Naphtha? Why not use naphtha for this? What's the heat capacity of naphtha? 2.191? That's good enough for me. Naphtha it is. It's obviously not very conductive, but I don't care. So that can go in here. Yes, we swapped the ethanol for naphtha, just like God intended. Then that should start working again. I'm determined to have this actually working at the end of the run, even once we've completely superseded it with our massive slime production operation. Got 2 babies. Shall we keep going until we get more adults out? I don't know. This is going very well, though, for the guy. And the sulfur is actually behaving, so I'm fairly convinced now the sulfur just isn't going to boil in this room. That's good. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, you're not running now because we have plenty of power. That's fine. $14 dupes is a good count. Am I just going to start making the rubber again? I might just start making the rubber. That's so much gumwood. Can I reasonably tell them to just do that forever with the gumwood? Or do I just make like a load of wood tiles or something? But we got all the plastic as well. God, we have so much material in this run. It's ridiculous. Right, well that could be plastic. These could be plastic. Not that that really matters. This could be plastic. This could be plastic. These can all be plastic. That will take a little bit of time, but that will be worth doing. Stream will continue until slogos improve. Well, I won't continue that much longer, but I'm very happy with the progress we've made today. We have 23 tons of bleach stone. That's a lot of bleach stone. So, Phyto Oil. We get Phyto Oil and dirt. This boils at 75 degrees C. So we will need to extract all the slime out of this room and put it somewhere else. Which is completely reasonable. We're going to need a couple of auto sweepers in here, actually. Oh, you know what? Just put the slime in here, too. The thing about the slime is, I don't actually want to run that on a conveyor rail that's going to actually be exposed. Oh, that was close to breaking something. Let's put some tile here. No. Some tile there. That's alright. So yeah, gold amalgam here is fine. But Slime, not so much. I'll have a think about that. Okay, you're all built. I think I'm just literally going to wait until you come and groom the guy, and then we will move on with our lives, and we will bid you adieu for now. Oh, let's actually hook up the gunk storage. Oh, I can't be bothered with that. I'll tell you what. Just get rid of these errands for now. Let's get rid of those icons. You've been groomed. We've got 0.9 cycles remaining. You're cramped. You're cramped? Oh yeah, that is true. We now actually have enough eggs in here to cramp the guy. How big is this room out of interest? That's 85 tiles. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I like to have the dupe in here. We can wait for a cycle. I just need to actually remember. Is there anything else I need you to do? Presumably these are still actually going to produce seeds at some point. How is the Brackene storage? We should start to have a little bit of Brackene building up in the fountain, right? Yes. We got 50 kilograms. That's good. Right, did we fill up the thing with naphtha? We have. That's very cursed, but that is a thing that exists. That could go in there. This is too full, actually. So I will probably need to just do that temporarily. Let some out. In fact, actually, you can keep that there. That's fine. Now that should run again, right? Yeah. Is this still set to turn on and off with the automation? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. I don't think I need to do that anymore. Let's keep it running. Don't have the power. That's because the wire is overloading, not because of anything actually... any actual shenanigans. That's something I'm going to fix another day. I may need to add more wires just to reasonably split off the power. I'll have a think about that. In any case, this is now working properly again. This is heating up, this is cooling down. It'll take some time, but it should work. You've got another, let's see, 0.4 cycles left. That's okay. So the Phyto Oil, right. I think. What temperature does Phyto Oil freeze at? It takes a lot to freeze Phyto Oil. I think we could reasonably put it over here. So I think what we might do... Hello, Stinger's Playground. How are you? How are you, Tactical Nugs? What are you up to? We've been ranching Gildgos today, and we got a glow squid hanging out in our sulfur storage. Yeah, we're ranching Gildgos so we can get a load of mucin and slime, or rather, steel and slime. Steam and slime, actually. That's what we're going for. Very cool. Yeah, I like them. They're good. They're good guys, and we finally ranched them on stream, which was a long time coming, to be honest. And we're figuring out a bit of the logistics for actually getting the steam out, but that's going to take some time. Yay, double audio. Good. Well, I like to hear. Yeah, these guys breed very quickly when you feed them Brackene. We are actually making some more Brackene up here with the Pincha Peppers now. That's actually working, so that's nice. We're getting a couple of molts, so we've started to make some gold amalgam sustainably. So we'll see how much of that we get for the gold production. Not a lot, probably, but at least some. The steam has all spread out a lot. So we've already pre-filled this room with a lot of hot steam. So when our population starts breeding and gradually decreasing the temperature, they should sort themselves out pretty quickly. I think what I do need to actually do in here is I need to put some mercury in here. Just a little blob. That will do. That will do. It won't actually satisfy their moisture, but it will conduct the heat into them very quickly. That is very important. And I should probably put a temperature plate here too to do the same thing. Let's make that diamond, actually. Why not? We are working on the Pip Hatch plushie giveaway seed. Ooh, fun. Oh, you're still doing the multiplayer, right? Has that been good? Yeah, get that temperature plate done. We do have diamond for that, right? And then let's empty out the mercury. Because we want to, yeah, we want to heat up the Gildgos as quickly as possible. Empty that. And who's going to come in here? Yeah, Highborn Jason's going to come in. You're ready to be groomed. We actually need another groomer because the downtime does not sync very favorably with Highborn Jason's schedule, apparently. Yeah, there's the mercury. So these guys should heat up a lot more quickly now, I hope. But we'll see. Then, I don't really want another guy at the moment. Let's print a dartle. Because we don't got any dew drippers, so I don't think that's going to cause any issues. Okay, this is looking a bit better now. Just need to get in here. Highborn Jace. Then we're all good and we can stop procrastinating. No, it's been a good day. I've been pretty happy with how Oxygen Not Included's been going recently. I think we've been making a lot of good videos, frankly. And I'm learning a bit more about what people actually want from the videos as well. So you're going to see a few changes being made to them in that regard. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. We're about to get the big moment. Where our friend comes and does the thing that we've been waiting for oh so patiently. There he is. There he is. He's got the health bar, though. Oh, well. What? Come back! What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Oh, you need to breathe. Oh, okay. And you need to go rest? Oh, whatever. I'll tell you what. Look, you were literally calling him over. That's going to do. I'm going to bodge the thumbnail on this one. You stupid sausage. The Slackers dupe union is way too strong. I know, right? He was like, oh, but the guild goes all the way over there. It's too far away. Right, let's put some music on. And let's see what to do. Thanks so much for hanging out, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. If you're still here from Rednecks, Treble Queens, or Stingers raids from earlier today, thank you very much for sticking around. I do appreciate your company. We're streaming on weekday evenings, 7:30 to 10:30 British time-ish. I will be back on Friday. I'm on holiday at the moment, and I'm actually doing things, so fun. But we will be back on Friday. I think what we will do is we will actually go to space, get some data banks so we can research the biodiesel engine. We're going to make an emulsifier. We're going to start processing all of the slime from the Gildgos. And we're going to start processing all of the bleach stone with the Phyto Oil into biodiesel. And we're going to do that. And we might actually get to that point sooner than we did in series with the hardcore spigot seal ranching. So that makes me kind of sad. But it's fun. We've reached the same conclusion via two different methods. I think once we do that, maybe we will actually alternate between the two runs. I'll have a think about it. Yes, have a look at the YouTube channel. We've uploaded some videos there recently. There will be a tier list on Wednesday about which critters to prioritize feeding Brackene with the critter fountain. There's a Discord where we post about builds and video games, and we talk about things, and we leave funny memes. So that's all good as well. But yeah, let's see who's online. I don't know who we're going to go raid. Let's go have a look-see. I'm going to go raid 2 Legit City, but they're playing Pal World tonight, so you get to see what Pal World is like. You probably already know what Pal World is like. It was a pretty big game, wasn't it? But yes, take care, everyone. Send some fishy and froggy emotes if you have them. The frogs are alright as well. I don't talk about them very much, but they're doing fine. But yeah, I'll see you Friday. Have fun. Bye for now.